Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation thrives on the strength of its global community of over 80,000 passionate fans united by a shared love of professional wrestling and a commitment to making a difference. While the foundation was founded to advocate for pediatric cancer awareness and mental health support, it has grown to champion and support multiple initiatives aimed at creating meaningful change in communities worldwide. Through dynamic fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and initiatives that foster connection, the foundation supports causes that uplift individuals and families in need. From empowering children and families facing significant challenges to creating opportunities for hope, healing, and progress. The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation is dedicated to being a force for good. This connected and compassionate community continues to inspire action and drive impact, ensuring that hope and support remain at the forefront of all its efforts. Donate today and join the cause at mcchamps.org.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you back to coverage from virtual Daytona International Speedway as the road to the NASRA 500, the Great American Sim Race presented by Glass Mechanic, rolls on. We welcome you to night number 2. Another exciting 3 75-mile, 30-lap qualifying races. Top 3 go into the duels on Saturday morning. And we're excited to bring it to you. Simulcast coverage, not only on the Community Radio Network, but also, as always, on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Hope you enjoyed our coverage on the radio of basketball. Now we settle in for racing. I'm Wesley Outland, redneck announcer Jacob Reeves alongside Big Ol' Steen Hopton, ready to push the buttons. And Jacob, are we ready for a reset? Could tonight be even bigger and better than what we saw last night? Because last night, boy, it had its share of highs and lows. Hopefully we see some phenomenal races tonight like we saw in race number 1 of the qualifier last evening. Good evening again, my friend.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you, Wesley Outland. I mean, I think this will actually top what we saw last night because, we saw some big names. We saw Daniel Falkenham, Kyler Wynn, some of those guys last night. Here's the thing. The closer it gets to the NASRA 500, these names just get bigger and bigger and bigger. We got some big names right here in the 4th qualifier that we're fixing to see right here.
Let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen. The starting lineup for qualifier number 4, 5, and 6. There's an error up on the top of the graphic. This is the 4th, 5th, and 6th qualifiers. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Butt Kicker for sponsoring qualifying race number 4. On the pole, Jason Maines, Dawson Wise on the front row. Dylan Jones, Daniel Eberhardt, row 2. Aaron Smith and Ryan Johnson. He's ready to reset and go again. The tiny horse from Wisconsin, row 3. Daniel Lawless, Sean Corbett, followed by Josh Ball, Tyler Wynn, John Ward, Stephen Miles. The first 6 rows ready here in Daytona.
Absolutely. Philip Martin's going to start 13th with Vincent Guerrero starting in 14th. Matt Dula, the 77. Dula Light's going to see if he can rock and roll in the 77. He'll roll off 15th. With Tristan Bruce, T. Bruce rolled off in P16. Chris Blanchard's going to roll off in P17. How about you right here? Coke Series driver in the house, Malik Ray. Back in row number 9, he's going to start for the 18th spot. Brian Hiddens is going to start 19th, and Ed Osborne will start 20th. Joshua Suss will start 21st. Nathan Brown, I should say, will start 22nd. Shane Madden, 23rd, and Holden McGill is going to roll off 24th.
Ready to roll on from there. Starting 2015, Gagliano, Dylan Cardenas as far as row 14, Brandon Broadfoot and Ronnie Brown. James Wagner, Thomas Stewart, top 30. Josh Nelms, Kevin Haas, J.D. Larson, Michael Barksdale, Sterling Thies, and Ryan Schreckengost will make up the top 36.
37th to be Bo Tiffany with Peyton Madden will start 38. Dane Hagan's going to roll off 39th, and Josh Lukovitz will start 40th. Jesse Baker looks like he is going to be the 41st driver. I believe that is all 40 up. No, actually, Kyle Hess is actually rolling around back there in the back as well. So Kyle Hess will be in this race as well as Jesse Schrage. So there will be 43 entries here in this. There you see Freddie DeBuff and Cody Knott is your race directors for this meeting.
Let's take a look at the Community Radio Network session details for tonight. We're excited that my company has jumped on board. There's the race details. I don't think we have session details, or we don't have it yet, but there's the James Wagner Welding. So much for a sponsor. 30 laps, 2 sets of tires, no fast repair, 1 attempt at overtime if need be. There it is, James Wagner's Welding. By the way, Community Radio Network was sponsoring the session details, but I guess they didn't get the memo. All right, we'll get ready to try to come to green, Jacob, as we get set for the first of 3 30-lappers here tonight at Daytona.
Yes, sir, buddy. We're absolutely fired up for this one right here. I actually got to talk to a couple of drivers that's going to be right here in qualifier number 4. All of them right there from Team 8 out of our Discord. Holden McGill out there with Joshua Suss, Matt Cherry, Matt Dula, and Ryan Johnson, Tiny Horse, in that team chat as well. All of them were kind of bickering back and forth. Obviously they're trying to help one another to try to get to the duel Saturday, but Wesley, it kind of seemed like they wanted to be the top dog in Team 8, bickering back and forth. Should be interesting to see how that's going to work out for them.
Jeff, I got news for you, buddy. Commercials pay for our broadcast. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. We're coming to green. Daytona qualifier number 4. Ready as the road to the NASRA 500 continues. Wise, Everhart, Maines, first 3 cars. Johnson and Jones on the inside and outside. Opening lap, give it to the Munster Energy car up on the high side, and we're underway, Jacob.
We are underway by a long shot, and up front, Jason D. Maines trying to get that inside lane working. He's got Dylan Jones right behind him. Dawson Wise up here on the top side getting the shove from Everhart, and Tiny Horse trying to see if he can lock himself in here tonight, Wes.
Wise up high, Maines down low. Ryan Johnson right there behind him. That's that 3rd car on the outside. The man out of Salem, Wisconsin. He's going to give him a push to the man in front of him. That's Jones. And they work their way down to the inside. Watch Maines on the bottom. The Lennox 101 machine and the push there, but also Jones on the inside. That goes on into 1.
Ooh, wow, looked like that. I saw some of them kind of look like they got together back there. Yes, they did. Whoa. Whole field, half the field, I guess you could say, piled in. Kyler wins.
And they're still crashing. My goodness, Kyler win. The 46, the 32, multiple cars wadded up here. Matthew Dola, Brian Hennings, Philip Martin, Peyton Madden, Kevin Haas, Ryan Schreckengost, Kyler win, and more. And here we go. Another accident working off of that second turn.
Yeah, we'll see kind of what happens right here as you already see everybody kind of sliding around. Kyler Wedd up there, 17 right there. And we'll see kind of what it was. There you see right there, seeing the 17 right there. That's actually the 77 on timing and scoring of Matt Dula. We'll see kind of what it is right there. There you see the 45 right here to the outside. Kyler Wedd actually looked like he was going to shoot the gap and try to go 3 wide. But the 45 just didn't seem like he kind of got the notion. I mean, it was that quick. It was that close. And just try to make it 3 wide, try to do something right there on lap 2. Unfortunately, 45 comes down, clips him. Then there goes Matt Dula hard in the outside retaining wall. And others trying to scatter and trying to get away from it and not have to worry about tearing the car up. Because remember, no fast repairs.
Let's go on board with the 45, Dean, if we can. I believe it's the driver of the 45 car up against the fence. Trying to find his name. Give me a minute. Sean Corbett, I believe it is. Sean Corbett in the 045. Let's go on board with him in the cockpit. Watch this hit. Look at this. Wow. Stay with it. And watch this. They're not done yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. The 98 just plowed into him there. Nowhere to go by Dawson Wise and other.
Yeah, I mean, Wes, these next-gen cars, they are pretty hard to try to get up onto the brakes. You know, I've drove these next-gen cars a couple of times here on iRacing, and, you know, depending on how they got their master cylinders, how they got all that stuff adjusted, you know, you can try to get on the brakes, but, right here, looks like some of them actually was already still trying to gas up, hit the 98. Actually, that was Peyton Madden. He wasn't even lifting. 98 actually looked like he was trying to lift, but Madden did not get the memo at the last second and ends up hitting him. Check this out. Oh, baby. Wow, 003. I believe that was Haas right there. He barely almost missed it, but then he ended up clipping Kyler Winn coming back down the racetrack.
By the way, I was told early this morning in communication with NASRA at like 3 a.m. this morning, we were still talking about the race. There has been communication that says if the races go long with lengthy caution flags, they will have what we call quickie yellows. It will be determined that they will be shortening pace laps in order to try to get the race back going with more green flag laps. Because let's be honest, Jacob, qualifier race 2 and 3 was not a good outcome last night for sure. Congratulations to the winners. Good luck in the duels. But man, that first qualifier was phenomenal to kick things off, and then it just kind of went downhill from there. And sadly, I think we're picking up where we left off from midnight last night, because honestly, we ended about midnight last night, Jacob.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate to see that. You know, a lot of people really want to see a lot of, you know, good, clean, hard, 3 wide racing. We saw a lot of that in heat race number 1 last night. Matthew Baker, or qualifier race, I should say. I keep thinking heats for some reason. I'm still thinking about the clash from this past weekend for NASCAR. The qualifiers, qualifier race number 1, obviously won by Matthew Baker, literally put on a show in that race. And, that was awesome. And then heat 2 was unfortunate. And then heat 3 was kind of right in the middle, I guess you could say. So,
yeah,
4 kind of looks like it's going back to it, but they still got plenty of time. It's very early on.
Still have plenty of time to, if you will, get ready to set ourselves back for another restart here. As, again, caution coming out. ServPro, by the way. ServPro, our official caution sponsor. Qualifier race number 4 is presented by Butt Kicker. Highline Racing Marathon Movers are the qualifying race sponsors tonight. Remember, that's only halfway through the qualifying nights. We'll do it again tomorrow and Thursday. And by the way, after we inked the deal this morning, Jacob Reeves, in addition to broadcasting on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, we're also on the radio, the Community Radio Network, 87.9 FM in the local radio area where I live. And, of course, anywhere at wearecrn.com. So if you step away, if you have to feed the dog, or if you have to go, take care of some errands, go to the website, wearecrn.com. If you're not in the local area where I am, you're exactly right. I'm not going to repeat what the producer said. But, you can listen to the race on the radio with Jacob, myself, and Dean on the production. All right, listen, top three go in to the duel on Saturday. Right now, it's Wise, Main, and Jones. Pace car gets ready to pick up speed, as you see from our still camera shot overlooking the start-finish from the tri-oval. Pace car drops into the pit lane. Field now gets closer at a snail's pace to the Geico restart zone. Back underway. Lap number 5 of 30. 25 to go in qualifier race 1 on this Tuesday night.
Looks like Jason Maines is going to try to go from the bottom up to the top. Can make that move. You can make that move, but you got to do it after you pass the start-finish line. You got to stay in your lane, and he got it absolutely perfect. Maines jumps up in front of Wise. Now Dylan Jones right behind him. Started third, literally 1, 2, 3, where they started. That is how they run. Eberhardt started fourth. That's exactly where he is. All the guys up here at the front basically wanting to stay right where they're at and try to ride these laps out, Wes.
Virginia's Jason Maines on board with him with sim seats. And on the back, the Monster Energy. Wise on the back door in the 198 car. The 011 of Jones. There's your 3. 24 to go now. As they work their way back into the corner, see a nice shot of the campers. Down into turn number 1, Maines up high. Thanks for those that are watching. I appreciate all the comments in the chat box, and hope you're also enjoying the broadcast for the rest of the week. Hit that subscribe button. Almost close to 900 subscribers. Break it out of line. Here comes Ryan Johnson. He thought about it. He's way, though, in the back of the top 20 as they work their way back to 3.
Yeah, I mean, way back there in the back, he's basically, you literally can make those moves back there in the back. You got to do something because everybody up front looks like they're going to try to keep it single file and try not to do anything crazy, except for these two old boys right here, Malik Ray, John Ward, trying to do it all by themselves. Joshua Suss trying to see if he can latch on to them, but both of them lock it up. They're fast. Eberhardt's going to dive down to the inside. They're all going to make a run at Jason Maines in 1 and 2.
It is Eberhardt down on the bottom. Maines under attack with the Linux 1. And Ward now says, I'm going to come through. So will Malik Ray, one of the star drivers. You know him very well from the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series and more. He now powers up to the number 2 position. Eberhardt, Ray, and Maines. Ray to the lead now as they work their way, closing in on lap 10. Lap 8 on the board, this time by through the tri-oval.
It kind of looks like a little bit of a high-speed pace lap right here with about 13 cars, give or take. Everybody tried to stay in that formation. Ray, Ward, they're down on the bottom side. Eberhard and Maines up on the top side. Everybody tried to jostle for position. Top side's a little bit tighter. Here comes Jason Maines and Eberhard. Eberhard's got the lead going down the back chute, but watch out for Ward and Ray to make a run on the inside.
And somehow Eberhard's car now have to hold off the likes of Maines. Maines tries to break into that third row. Here he comes, can't go high. He's on the back bumper of that car. Of course, Eberhard defensively bumped, and now we've got a caution somewhere. Trouble in the back. It's off of 3 and 4, off of turn 4, actually. And the yellow will fly. Just caught a glimpse of it. Up against the wall, the U.S. Air Force colors. There is Shane Madden and more. Possibly Madden. It might be a single car accident after all. And serve pro caution, too, on the track again.
Yeah, we'll kind of get an idea of kind of what happens with Shane Madden right there. Looks like he kind of got a bad bump draft right there in the corners. Got to be careful with that. Especially in these next-gen cars. I mean, you could shove all the way around the place, but you can still get a bad bump draft and still knock you sideways. Actually, it looked like he was going to try to line up with the 40 right here and see if they could try to make some moves. That's Bo Tiffany right there in front of him. He was going to try to lay back and maybe try to get all them lined up, but the guy behind Madden didn't understand what was going on, ended up running him over. And Wesley, and for the viewers here tonight, in the broadcast, or in the chat, I should say, I talked about it last night with how some of these guys getting runs and coming up behind one another. It's hard for the guy behind you to see what's going on. So the guy behind Madden had an idea of what he wanted to do, but the guy behind him didn't understand what was going on and didn't see that he was trying to check up for Bo Tiffany. And then we got a big one, kind of a mini big one off turn 4.
So let's give you your top 10 right now as we are closing in on 10 laps completed. It's Eberhard now up in front. He is the leader. Of course, again, Daniel Eberhard the third. Jason Maines second. Dawson Wise third. Those 3 Chevrolets, if the race ended now with still 1/3 complete, there's still 20 to go. However, if it did, those 3 drivers would go to the duels. Malik Ray back to 4th. Then it's John Ward and Dylan Jones flip-flopping for the top 5. Aaron Smith 7th. Joshua Suss 8th. Tristan Bruce and John Ball, my apologies. John Ball, your top 10. Under caution again, we will step away real quickly to thank Butt Kicker. They are the sponsor of Qualifier race number 4. Give us 30 seconds and we'll give you the return of this race next. We roll into the continuation of the Butt Kicker qualifying race number 4. The road to the NASRA 500 continues. Welcome back to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. If you're listening on the radio, we are CRN.com, 87.9 FM. Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves, Biggles, Dean Hopton, 20 remaining. I think the lights are off on the pace car. One of the things they said, no, they're not actually. One of the things they said last night was that they were going to try to have quickie yellows, and if they have to, try to force restarts and, shorten caution periods, Jacob, for more green flag that they would. So maybe we'll get the one to go this time by. I don't want our audience to be plagued by yellow flag central like we saw yesterday in duels qualifier races 2 and 3. I don't want that to happen.
No, Wesley, I mean, we don't want that. The NASRA officials doesn't want that. The live chat doesn't want that. The drivers don't want that. Hell, nobody wants that. Everybody wants them to get out there, have some good, clean racing, see some good racing at Daytona, because that's what it's all about right here, Speed Weeks, for NASRA and also for the NASRA 500. And I agree with them with wanting to try to speed it up just a little bit. If you have maybe one, maybe two wrecks, it is what it is. I mean, it's super speedway racing. Something's bound to happen one way or another. But at the same time, when you have stuff like we saw last night in Qualifier 2, then it kind of tends to drag on a little bit. So I agree with them wanting to speed it up a little bit if there is issues that keep going. One or two incidents is one thing, but when you have as many as we did, that's another.
Obviously, we're in work mode, but I am taking a glance at the chat box. And thank you for the comments and about Jacob and myself. For grateful, thankful, humbled. And we get ready for a restart here. Under 20 laps to go. I promise you they're not going unnoticed. Eberhart, Maines, and Ray now. I think it's actually those three drivers. I think Weiss needs to get back in line. I think there he goes. Okay, buddy, get back in your spot. Malik Ray, though. We know how good Malik Ray is. Jacob ready to bring this field back to the green flag. Eberhart, Maines, Wise, Ray, Jones, top five, like a law firm. Ward, Smith, Suss, Bruce, Ball. They want to join it. Only three will make it into the duels. After the butt kicker qualifier, race number 4. Pace car is dropping onto the pit lane away from the field. They go to a snail's pace to the Geico restart zone. Through the gearbox, green flag back in the air. Inside lane is where he's got to be right now to pick up speed. That's Eberhart. The camouflage, fast pro machine, pulls up in front of Maines, throws the block, opens the door to Wise. He'll take it on the inside, going into one.
Whoa, what a move right there by Eberhart, jumping up and trying to rock and roll with Jason Maines, but on that inside lane, Malik Ray, he's trying to roll up here with John Ward, but the inside lane trying to advance with Dawson Wise. He's got the 011, 011 with Dylan Jones up here trying to get it going as well. Aaron Smith to follow on the outside. Joshua Sust in the 80 as well, as now it looked like Jones just jumped down. No, that was Ward going from the top down to the bottom.
And Ward now goes to the inside. He's got to push. Big help. Wise behind him. So is also Maines. And the help of also Jones. Look at this. Side by side as we approach halfway up the racetrack. Eberhart's got Maines. Ward now goes to the transfer. He wants more as he rolls into the inside into turn 2, and we're door to door.
Yeah, Wesley, also remember, if they do win their qualifying race, there is a little bit of extra money up for grabs. So do you want to go for the extra money, or do you want to just make sure you transfer to Saturday and not have to worry about the rest of the week? That's going to be something these guys is really going to be thinking about. Here with 17 coming to 16 laps to go. Eberhart's got the lead. Here comes John Ward on the inside.
Working off turn 4, high above. Now down to the line. From the flag stand view. And Eberhart now pulls away. Look at this awesome angle. As now they set sail back into turn 1. It's Eberhart on the inside now. Maines will follow. Ward's in that log jam, and you got about a 25-car jam session going at it, fighting for 3 spots down the super stretch.
Yeah, jam session, rocking and rolling, however you want to do it. Eberhart up top, still got Maines giving him the shove. Malik Ray right behind him, as well as Aaron Smith. Back down to the bottom side, here comes John Ward. He's trying to get a shove as well from Dawson Wise, as Eberhart went from the top back down to the bottom to cover, and then jumps back up in front of Maines. Now front 3's got to get clear. Front 4 may be able to do it, but will Malik Ray, that third car line, jump down in front of John Ward going into turn 1? Doesn't look like it.
Halfway home, 15 down, 15 laps to go in butt kicker qualifier race number 4. Top 10, Eberhart, Maines, Ward, Ray, Wise, Smith, Suss, Jones, Ball, Bruce. 120 plus on their feet, cheering in the chat box. They're in the backstretch going to 3.
Absolutely, Eberhard now actually going to look like he's going to jump back down to the bottom side, jump back up top. For what reason? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe trying to cover air. I don't know, but here comes Ward. Actually helped that inside lane jump up a little bit. They got a sniff of his draft. And then obviously Dawson Wise is shoving John Ward all the way around the virtual Daytona International Speedway. That extra air and the shoving is what's keeping John Ward up here on this inside lane. It may end up costing Eberhard. Here comes John Ward on the inside off turn 2.
Eberhard outside, big push by Virginia's Mains and the Lennox Chevrolet. Now, looking on, the 11 is Malik Ray, by the way. Timing and scoring has him as a 7. And the bad fast entry down to the inside of Ward. Now the 98 Wise, Smith, they're all digging in. Closing in to 13 to go as they thunder off of 4.
13 laps to go at the line. Eberhard still got the lead and still going from the top down to the bottom. If he wants to go back down to the bottom, he better think about it pretty freaking quick, because here comes John Ward. Too late. John Ward to the inside. Dawson Wise is going to get up there and give him a shove, but Mains now going to get up on Eberhard. Eberhard lifted off the gas, got Mains up his back bumper. He'll shove him clear. Mains is going to go to second. Now John Ward and Malik Ray trying to battle it out for the transfer spot, but Ward fights back.
Eberhard. Daniel Eberhard in that number 90 machine right now leading the way. Of course, the pride out of Byron, Georgia. Another Georgia boy, Jacob, and the D3 Outdoors Chevrolet holding on. 12 to go. Virginia is Mains. Ward of the 92 watches on. He's from Valdosta, Georgia. The Southern boys trying to get their virtual Southern toys in the duels on Saturday. They're in turn 2.
How about that? Valdosta, Georgia. I did some work down there about 2 weeks ago, Wesley. Ironic enough, and John Ward trying to see if he can get Valdosta's name called to make it into the Daytona duels for Saturday, but he's going to have to fend off the likes of Dawson Wise, Malik Ray, now even Jason Mains, and probably even Eberhard, as he is still trying to get down to that inside lane and be able to advance and get the lead, but just not enough shoving and not enough energy on the inside lane. Eberhard and Mains has just basically got him covered at this point.
Eberhard holds on to that line in that camouflage Bass Pro Shops entry. Mains now on the back door. Malik Ray now behind him. There goes Ward on the inside. Wise is right there as well. And they race on. This is this big stack of traffic with about probably the top 25 going at it. And honestly, as we come to 10 to go, Jacob, any of these cars can win or at least transfer as they come to the line. 10 remaining. This big pack works off 4.
Yeah, Wesley, you are 100% right, but the bad part about it is once it gets down, the numbers start dropping. We start getting into single digits. The bumps is going to get crazier. They're going to get harder, and the blocks is going to get even crazier. So that's when you may end up seeing some really crazy stuff happen. But so far, for the most part, the only one that's been shifting lanes right now has been Daniel Eberhard. He's went from the top down to the bottom, and he keeps coming back up, picking up Jason Mains. What'll be interesting is to see when it gets right there at the point of almost at the end of this race, even a white flag, is if Mains and Ray, all of them, just end up hanging him out for some of the moves that he's been making. So far, everybody's been content on that outside with him.
And Eberhard works off 4. Mains right behind them, so is Ray. 9 to go. You might have played nice for the first 50 miles, but with under 25 miles to go now, Jacob, you better hit the go button. And if you got friends, they're about to become frenemies right now because you want one of those 3 spots going into turn 2.
Yeah, really, you got to have somebody that you 100% trust, literally all the way down to a T. And some of them actually have some guys that they can trust, even on the last lap, to be able to try to help one another make it into the Daytona Duels. John Ward, big move. He up getting hooked. Now they're going to door bang. John Ward's going to go to the back. Here comes Malik Ray, 3 wide for second as they're going to shuffle out. I believe Jason Maines on the inside. Everhart's going to hold on to the lead. Maines is gone.
Free falling like the lyrics to the Tom Petty song, and contact. Suss goes around. Joshua Suss, bottom of the apron. No caution. One car spinning down to the inside. We race on with 8 to go. They're on the back straightaway. Everhart still in the lead.
John Ward for a move for the ages here, trying to make it into the duel Saturday for the NASRA 500. Jumped from the bottom to the top, almost got himself hooked, and then Malik Ray went up there, helped him out, and that ended up costing Jason Maines and sent him all the way back to the back. He's going to have to figure something out. Now, front 5 gets single file, front 6 gets single file as Everhart, John Ward, and Dawson, now Malik Ray, I should say, the front 3 getting ready to transfer. Dawson Wise, he's got to get around the coke driver of Malik Ray.
Daniel Everhart up in front. Ward behind him from Georgia, couple of Georgia boys, and now Malik Ray looking for that 3rd spot if the race ended now. However, it's not done yet. Down the back straightaway. Everyone is all single file. It's like you're playing possum right now, Jacob, but when do you break out of line and make your move? Malik Ray, by the way, from Greenville, South Carolina, the red team entry.
You know, Wesley, I got to be honest with you. It's either going to be 2 or 1 to go. You really don't want to make any crazy moves this early on right here at 6 laps to go. Because if you make some moves right here at this point, then you got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But at the same time, everybody else, they'll be able to go ahead and shoot right by you. They'll have time to be able to make a move. So if you're going to make a move, I would at least wait till about 2 laps to go and start trying to make those moves because that's the best time to be able to do it. Less time for everybody else to gang up on you.
Back straightaway. And Ward on the outside lane continues to stay up on the top side. Ray behind. So is Wise and Jones. And Bruce. And Cardenas coming to the line. 4 fingers and a thumb from Barney. 5 remaining. Look at these awesome views from Bigglesteen Hopton. Ready to settle butt kicker. Qualifier number 1. And a battle for the lead again. Going up the bank into 1 and 2.
Front 2's trying to separate themselves as much as they can. Everhart and John Ward. Malik Ray kind of trying to watch his rearview mirror, make sure Dawson Wise doesn't try to get a shot on him. Behind him, first guy jumps out of line. That's Tristan Bruce. Aaron Smith going to try to latch onto his back bumper. Sterling Thies will end up getting out of there as well. 3 cars on the bottom side trying to make a run and get up here and get gone. Everybody stays to the top. Looks like Tristan Bruce is going to try to go for the lead off 4.
All 4, contact made, hold on to it. Everhart up high, down to the inside is Maines. And they continue to almost bonsai off one another. There's the side draft. Side draft going on with that air working down in the corner. Up high, Everhart opens the door. Bruce now to the inside. Look at Tristan Bruce. He's ready to try to go to the front and get into the duel in the back stretch with 4 to go.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty good little pusher right behind him in the number 70 of Aaron Smith. Started in the 5th spot. He's up here in 3rd. And Tristan actually started 16th here in this qualifier. And he's up here battling it out for the lead with Everhart. But Everhart's going to get the run on the outside. John Ward's going to give him the shove as well. Malik Ray trying to nestle right into that 3rd spot on the outside lane and try to make it a 3rd spot. That way he can go to the duels on Saturday.
That's the goal. 3 laps remaining. 31 degrees of banking. Getting ready to hit that back straightaway. That 3,000-foot long back stretch. 910 meters. This racetrack 40 feet wide. 12 to 30 feet apron. And such sweet virtual thunder as they work into the corner. Up high, Everhart. Now Ward. Here comes now Bruce. New characters up in the game. Some ready to get back in the fight when it counts the most. Looking for the penultimate lap, and 5 miles remaining, this time by a 4.
We'll see what Malik Ray decides to do. Is he going to hang with Jordan Ward, or is he going to try to jump down in front of Tristan Bruce? We'll find out here in just a little bit and figure out where he wants to go. Front two trying to separate themselves. Eberhart and John Ward. Malik Ray still holding on to the third spot. Right behind him, Dawson Wise, Tristan Bruce side by side. Bruce will get to the door. Malik Ray. Here comes the 70. Aaron Smith may try to give him the shove as well as they work their way halfway down the backstretch. 2 laps to go.
1.5 laps now remaining as they go to the back straightaway. Working into 3. It's Eberhart holding on to that spot. Holding on. Can he be there next time around? Here they come. Down to the line. It's time for the West Texas Pepper Traders white flag. 1 more lap to go. Final time. 2.5 miles. Taking 3 to the duel Saturday. Will it be these 3 on the other side of Eberhart, Ward, and Ray? They go to 1.
Eberhart still has the lead. John Ward second. Malik Ray now battling with Tristan Bruce for the final transfer spot. Maybe not. Here comes Tristan Bruce. Smith all over the back bumper. Lap traffic down below the double yellow line. They're looking 3 wide behind them. Eberhart, Ward, Malik Ray on the outside. Bruce on the inside.
Staying in position. Eberhart, now Ward, now Ray. Top 3 on the outside. Bruce got left hung out to dry. So was Maines. Here they come to the line. Bumping, banging behind them. They might crash. It's Eberhart. He'll win. Butt kicker qualifier number 4 to kick off Tuesday night in virtual Daytona. John Ward will go second in his Toyota. And Malik Ray, one of the stars of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. And when it's big money on the line, you know Ray's going to show up. He finishes in 3rd. What a good one there. Little scares at the start, but at the end, it got very entertaining. When it's said and done, Daniel Eberhart gets the win there, Jacob.
Absolutely. I mean, and Tristan Bruce, what a fight for Tristan Bruce on the inside. Thought he was actually going to have a shot at Eberhart, but it looked like the 70 of Aaron Smith just kind of blew up. I think he was so far up his back bumper, he just sealed off the radiator, and finally the engine just detonated. It just went poof. It was done. And then Tristan Bruce lost his help, and the top 3 on the outside end up taking it all the way to the transfer.
Coming up, Community Radio Network post-race interviews. There's the results. Daniel Eberhart, John Ward, Malik Ray, top 3. Remember, they are in to Saturday's duels. The 2 duels on Saturday morning before the 500. Everyone else from 4th on back to 14th, they at least get a chance to go into the last chance qualifier for Friday night. There it is. Jason Maines, Jones, Johnson, Cardenas, Thies, Bruce, Hall, Osborne, Weiss, Guerrero, and Bo Tiffany, our friend from up from New York, now North Carolina. He made it in for the last chance race. Nathan Brown, Josh Lockowitz, Stephen Miles, Josh Nelms, Dan Hagan, Michael Barkstall, the top 20. They have the option from 15th on back to redraw. They can even try to run next race if they can make it in time, Jacob. That's your top 20.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple of others as well as J.D. Larson, Dean Gagliardo, 21st, 22nd. Kyle Hess will finish 23rd. Holden McGill will finish 24th. Jesse Scratch will finish in 25th, I should say. Thomas Stewart and Aaron Smith. Smith was up there battling it out, trying to get him a transfer spot. He's the one where the engine expired right there going into 3. He will finish 27th. Jesse Baker is going to finish 28th. And then the rest of these guys, 1 lap down or more. Joshua Suss, Brian Hennings, the top 30. Philip Martin, Ryan Schreckengoss will finish 32nd. Peyton Manning, James Wagner, and Matt Dula, the top 35.
And the rest of the finishing order will find the drivers of Brandon Broadfoot, Chris Blanchard, Ronnie Brown, just some of these other names in the back of the 40-plus car field. There they are, of course, finishing it out there. Daniel Lawless, Shane Madden, Kyler Wynn, Kevin Haas, Sean Corbett, Stephen Thomas. All these guys get a reset. They could try to race again if they pay that $10 buyback, or they could be possibly done. One thing we know for sure, these 3 aren't done. We welcome you to the Community Radio Network post interviews, and kicking it off with Daniel Eberhart III. Daniel, congratulations. What a phenomenal job You got that car locked in. It looked really, really good. Had a little scares with cautions, but things settled down. Car looked good. I know. How do you feel being locked in for Saturday's events for the duel?
Oh yeah, a lot of relief. More relief that Malik and John just stayed in line. I think that was the best call for any of us because we could side draft, and the car changed a little bit. I felt like side drafting down the straightaway is going to be a big thing now with this car. So it used to. It wasn't for a little while, but I don't know. I hate driving these cars, so I don't know much about them. But just all I know is that the two behind me, Malik and John, they really just kind of controlled what I needed to do up out front. I'm at their beck and call with anything because if they make a move, then it's going to get all antsy and haywire throughout the field.
And, Eberhard, obviously, you were talking about Ward and Malik Ray back there behind you and everything. Did you actually think there for a second? I know you said that you were thankful that they didn't actually make a move, but were you anticipating that they was going to be able to make that move to jump down to the bottom side? Were you expecting it right there on that last lap at that point?
No, I wasn't expecting it because the only person who I would have thought would make a move was Malik because the bottom was coming up so quick. But me and John did a pretty good job at shutting the bottom off. And when Malik got to John's back bumper and pushed him, it pushed us all clear going into the next corner. So when we were going down the back straightaway there, I was thinking, oh, maybe Malik might make a run. But when we shut him off halfway down the back straightaway, I didn't think much of it. And then it looked like Aaron Smith blew up in the middle of the corner or something and got loose. I have no clue what happened to him in the 70 car. But when all that happened, then I was like, oh, we're fine because Brady and them have this going on where we get paid the top three and we go on to the duels. So there's really no reason to make a move if you're all making the same money, winning or second or third. It's winning because you're in the duel and you got money in your pocket and your money back to go race.
And I'd like you to thank your sponsors, Daniel. And I kind of follow that same testament, right? Because the smart thing is right now is just try to get the top three. That was the goal here tonight, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you to you guys for doing this broadcast. Thank you to Brady for putting this on NASRA. I think I said that right. It's the first time I ever heard of it. So
yes,
that's a good thing. So putting his name out there. So awesome, doing this each and every week, and it's just cool to be here.
North American Sim Racing Association.com. If you'd like to know more information, of course, there is the man, Daniel Eberhard, the number 90 machine. That driver wins. But kicker, qualifying race number 4. Race number 5 coming up here in just a moment. We'll introduce the lineup. But right now, let's go to the runner-up of the second place, John Ward and his Toyota. John, another solid run for you, sir. These big money races, you're bad fast, you're in the hunt, and you're looking for 3. You're second, your take of the race, and ready to go for Saturday, John.
Yes, sir, Wesley. I was nervous the whole race. I knew I had to make some aggressive moves at the front, and these guys are tough. All these guys up in the front, I knew they were going to be good, hard racers. And with the new update, I wasn't for sure what was going to happen there, but yeah, I was content to stay in line. I had to make an aggressive move up in front of Jason to get to the top. At the bottom, they were killing us with the side draft on the bottom. It's real strong. You could just park the bottom, seems like, in the turns, and they have to reset and get back going. But I stayed behind Dan. I was so hot. I was thinking about I was going to blow up. I was like, well, I'm so close to the line. If it blows, I could just roll from here. But I stayed behind him the whole time there, and I wasn't even thinking about jumping out there. I was just so excited to get in the top 3.
And John, you were talking about that, obviously a little bit chaotic. You was talking about all the side draft and having to watch your gauges and everything else. What's going to be the game plan for the duels? Are we going to just try to worry about trying to make it, or are we going to try to go all the way to the front to have a good starting spot to be able to get ready for that day or for the NASRA 500?
Yeah, my plan is to just stay aggressive, try to stay at the front, and try to stay out of the wrecks. Most of the time, they're towards the middle and the back. Usually, they don't wreck. Sometimes they do, but yeah, my plan is to stay up in the front and try to stay aggressive. You got to be aggressive in these cars, and you'll fall back quick.
John, I know in the past I've seen your name on the entry list for some big races being a Georgia boy. What's your take of seeing what they're doing now for the NASRA 500, boss?
I love it, man. I really do. I think the rebuys, that's getting everybody excited, getting them another chance to get in. Anything could happen. You get taken out, any little thing could happen. I think it's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to being there at the end.
There you go. Got any sponsors?
Not really right now. Bad Fast, Dega Pros. I think everybody Dega Pros that runs pot races, and you guys.
Okay.
for putting all this on, and thank you.
There you go. John Ward, we'll see you Saturday. And that's the man right there finishing in second in the butt kicker qualifier number 4. And finally, Malik Ray. Malik, buddy, hope you're doing well. I know the last time we chatted with one another was, I believe it was the Thanksgiving race right there with the Talladega race, I believe it was. You were a part of that with NASRA, and I know you run the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series, and well, there's big money on the line, big bragging races. You want to be a part of it. What's your take of this qualifier and to be at least locked in for the duel on Saturday morning?
I thought it was a pretty smooth race. I mean, everybody was racing like with everyone was just driving with like all of their heads on straight and P's and Q's, and it was a pretty smooth race. I enjoyed it a lot.
And, Malik, you talked about that, right? I mean, obviously a very, very smooth race. I mean, being in a smooth race as opposed to what we've seen in the past, that kind of just takes a little bit of pressure, I guess, off of y'all and everything. Yes, wouldn't you say, especially for some of these restarts and some of the crazy moves that we see on these restarts?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because if you race with the same people, then you know what they're going to do for the most part.
Well, Bud, before we let you go, please thank your sponsors, Malik Ray. It's great to hear from you, and good luck Saturday morning when you run the duel.
All right, thank you. I'd like to thank it'll be Las Vegas Infernos and Wagoneers Welding. I appreciate it.
There you go. Malik Ray, John Ward, and butt kicker qualifier race 4 winner, Daniel Eberhardt. We're taking a break. We got to reset things and get you ready for qualifier number 5. From Daytona, this is coverage on the Community Radio Network and the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Qualifying night on Tuesday. We're ready to re-rack, restack, and do it again when we come back from Daytona.
The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation thrives on the strength of its global community of over 80,000 passionate fans united by a shared love of professional wrestling and a commitment to making a difference. While the foundation was founded to advocate for pediatric cancer awareness and mental health support, it has grown to champion and support multiple initiatives aimed at creating meaningful change in communities worldwide. Through dynamic fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and initiatives that foster connection, the Foundation supports causes that uplift individuals and families in need. From empowering children and families facing significant challenges to creating opportunities for hope, healing, and progress. The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation is dedicated to being a force for good. This connected and compassionate community continues to inspire action and drive impact, ensuring that hope and support remain at the forefront of all its efforts. Donate today and join the cause at mcchamps.org.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
some of the drivers' virtual cars and some faces during our downtime. Welcome back to Daytona, virtual Daytona International Speedway. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Biggles, Dean Hopton. That is a one-man guy behind the scenes doing all this production, folks. Give that man an applause. Give him a Vegemite sandwich because he's from Australia. So,
he's blushing.
Jacob, what's your take of the first duel, man? We're ready to see what happens in duel number 5. It's qualifier number 5. It's coming up next here, and by the way, it's presented by Highline Racing. We know them very well.
Yes, sir, we do. We obviously know Highline Racing very well, and I agree. I mean, that qualifier right there, number 4, was it was very good. I mean, kind of shades of what we saw, somewhat of what we saw for the heat race or qualifier number 1. That's basically what it was. Now, here's the trick. This qualifier 5, just like it was for qualifier number 2. Hopefully, it ain't like qualifier number 2 like it was last night. We got some stacked guys in this one, though.
Highline Racing qualifier number 5 for the Tuesday night road to the NASRA 500. Cody Daggles and Josh Ball make up the front row. Logan York and Georgia's Christopher McCullough on row 2. Ray Rittenauer, Matthew Dola back in the race again. He'll start row 3. Cole Larson, Junior Miller. He'll be in the 78. Chris Melton, Stephen Miles on row 5. Mr. Daytona, Mr. Restrictor Plate, Brian Chew, and Philip Martin, row 6.
And old McDonald, that be a Larry McDonald in the 74, is going to start in the 13th spot. Joshua Suss, rebind. From what I heard, he's rebind. He's going to be in this one, and if he doesn't make it, he's going to be in the next one too. So Joshua Suss in his second race of the evening. Cole Fitzpatrick's going to start 15th with Matt Cherry starting in P16. Michael Sturgill and Justin Lumpkin make up 17th and 18th. And old Timmy Hammond starting 19th, and the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, starting 20th. Ryan Streckengals, John Darnell, Robbie Richards, and Taylor Peacock, the top 24.
And you see some of these names that you saw from last night or in the first qualifier this evening for this Tuesday. We're right back at it again. My buddy from the Northwest, watch out, Carl Burke, he's in it. So is Chris Blanchard from Maine. Adam Newton, Sterling Thies back again for row 14. Row 15, Stephen Thomas and Josh Lokenwitz. Stephen Tromley, James Wagner, Tyler Kim, Jeffrey Johnson II, Jimmy Walker, L.D. Larson, row 18.
And if you go all the way back to the 35th spot, that's where you're going to find Jimmy Walker, J.D. Larson. Rick Webb going to be 37th with Thomas Adams. Start 38th. Matthew Cummins will be 39th, and Devin Lyons is going to be 40th. Ron Hunter, Cameron Craighead, and also Tim Johnson will be the 43rd starter. Obviously, Bray LaBeouf, Cody Knight, your race director.
We'll pause very quickly for 10 seconds of network identification on the Community Radio Network. Back here at Daytona, getting ready for the second race on this Tuesday night. It is the 5th qualifier. It is presented by Highline Racing Marathon Movers. Coming up next, a lot more very fast first 30-lapper. Hopefully race number 2 will be the same. With Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Biggles, Dean Hopton alongside on the production end of it, and we're ready to go for qualifier race number 2. Here's again the CRN James Wagner's Welding race details. 30 laps, 2 sets of tires, 100% fuel, no fast repair. The biggest thing I think is the goose egg on the box there, Jacob. You kind of hit on it yesterday. 1 green-white checker, and of course we're running from dusk into night. As right now we're ready to see what happens. Lights on the pace car. We're going to get the 1-to-go indication. 1-to-go indication. We'll try to get ready to go back for green next time around. Jacob, you race yourself. You're an esteemed colleague up in the booth, my friend. Always enjoy working with you. But you're a competitor. You're a racer yourself. That's something I don't do. I just broadcast of 29 years. What is it like right now reality virtual, getting ready to wind up and get ready to go to work here to put yourself in these top 3 spots in these duels for Saturday, right? What do they feel in the last 5 races?
A lot of butterflies, honestly. I mean, in their stomachs. I mean, at least that's what I would be having right now, butterflies. And, you know, I mean, you're very nervous, obviously. I mean, you got 43 of them out there in these qualifiers. It's literally about 43 of them is going to be in each one. And you only got 3 spots that you got to get. You know, you got the other ones to be able to go for the LCQs, but everybody wants to be in those top 3. So, you know, there's a lot of nerves. You know, trying to be able to try to make it one way or another. That's why if I was in this situation, I would already have me a couple of alcoholic drinks, and I would be, the nerves would be gone. I wouldn't be worried about it as much. You know, you'd be worried about it regardless, but at the same time, you know, try to take the tension off of it a little bit. But there's a lot of butterflies in these guys' stomachs.
Love to see us hit close to 900 subscribers by the end of the night. If you're new to the NASRA 360 Racing Network and you want to follow the road to the NASRA 500 on Saturday, remember to hit that like and subscribe. Right now, up to 883, thanks to the 100 plus. At one time, we had 175 watching. Thank you. All the numbers we had, they're great. We appreciate it. Much love to you, all of you. Right now, ready to go. High Line Racing Qualifier number 5 on this Tuesday night. Logan Detweiler, this is for you. We crank it up as they come to green for Qualifier Race 5 in Daytona. I need car noise too. Dean, you forgot to cut my car noise on. Oh, wait a minute. It's on me. Got it. My bad. We'll pick it up in 4. Rettenauer, Nichols, Larson, Paul, Melton, top 5. Logan, that's for you. We're underway. 1 lap down, 29 to go. We're taking 3 more. 4 to 14 to the last chance race on Fridays. And we're working back into the corner with Nichols in front. Rettenauer, Ball, right now the same 3 as they work in 2, Jacob.
And boy, Rettenauer is all over the back bumper of Cody Nichols, just literally shoving him up on the top side, trying to get something going. Actually, that's Josh Ball in the 001, giving him the shove. Rettenauer down on the bottom side. Christopher McCullough, saw him last night. He's trying to see if he can get himself into the duels as well. And Cole Larson down on the inside in the 20.
Rettenauer now powers along Larson. Nichols falls back to 3rd to the transfer spot. Ball back inside. Top 3 now. Climb the banking. That's 31 degrees into turn 1 and 2. Little Bob there by Rettenauer. On board with him. Look at this from the gyro cam. And he reels back in Larson and Melton to the back straightaway.
Larson got down to the inside, jumped up, and he is going to jump up to the top. Front 4 now, front 5 now, make it front 4. Will be clear, maybe not. Down to the inside, is that Matt Dula? No, it's not. I thought it was. Actually, that is Brian Chew, Super Speedway Fanatic on the inside. The Holodaddy, as we call him. Brian Chew down on the inside. He's got Cole Fitzpatrick to his back bumper. Brian Chew leads here in Qualifier 5.
I call him Mr. Restrictor Plate. Daytona, Talladega, Super Speedway, Atlanta. It doesn't matter. The man knows how to get up in the catbird seat and cash in. Right now, the number is 3. It's Chew to the inside. Fitzpatrick now up high. Sturgill now. New top 3 cars as they work door to door at full long. Up the bank into turn 3. And we got a caution trouble, and they're still wrecking. Larson just turned into the pack. More cars are crashing as well.
Wow.
2 different crashes on both ends of the spectrum. And many cars like Lumpkin, Hammond, and others involved. James Wagner The names continue to fill on the scoring roster here, Jacob.
Wow, 2 wrecks right there, and the first wreck was actually the caution, and everybody tried to back down, and then they ended up causing a wreck out of that one. That was absolutely wild as we're seeing what actually brought out the caution. We see Dula right here in the 17. Dula Lights, he's got to have a couple of those bad boys when this thing's all said and done after this evening right here. Dula ends up getting tagged, gets set up, and then everybody else scatters, tries to get around. There you see the 61, I believe that was. Might have been Stephen Gregory. No, that was Justin Lumpkin that got spun. Here's Taylor Peacock driving down to the inside. Remember, folks, you can go below the double yellow line to improve your position. You can go all the way in the grass if you need to, just to make sure that you can miss a wreck. But so much going on right there. Lumpkin ended up going around. And Dula also got involved, as well as the 220 of Chris Seddeman.
2 separate incidents. Look at this. Again, this is what happened. This is Lumpkin into the 17, into these other cars. And then we saw Cole Larson. And that was up in that front pack that we watched. The caution had already been called. Here's the other wreck. This is what I caught when the yellow had already been thrown. Watch this. The 6.
Oh, man.
Nowhere to go for Timmy Hammond. Larson. The 6 piles in. Larson into the fence again. Oh, boy.
I mean, and you really hate that right there for Cole Larson and everybody involved. I mean, Cody Nagels and also Timmy Hammond, all those guys involved, they were just trying to back down for the caution right there. And Nagels was actually shooting at 3 wide between Milton and another driver. And then the caution comes out, everybody backs down, and Nagels just kind of lifts off the gas, but the car probably just shot right up the track a little bit. Got into Larson, ends up kind of being a domino effect. He got Larson, and then Larson comes down the hill, gets Hammond. Hammond goes head on into the outside retaining wall. Drivers trying to see if they can miss every bit of it that they can. Wow, that's a chaotic wreck right there here in qualifier number 5.
Another Serve Pro caution. Take another look at it before we go back to timeout. Look at this again. Look at this. Drivers from the top of the racetrack down to the bottom of the apron. Some will continue. Some will take time to fix, and some are done. Back with more Qualifier 5 presented by Highline Racing. When we come back from virtual Daytona International Speedway, we are not done yet on this Tuesday evening. Back here at Daytona, and we roll along with the Highline Racing Qualifier number 5. By the end of the night, we'll have 6 qualifying races complete. We'll move into those final 6 on Wednesday and Thursday as well. You'll have 12 nights. You'll have 12 qualifying races in 4 nights. And then, of course, the last chance qualifiers on Friday evening, Saturday, beginning at 11 a.m., duel number 1, 12 noon, duel 2. We'll have about a 2-hour break, a 90-minute lunch, something of that caliber. And then we recharge our batteries for 500 miles, 200 laps, a $2,000 to win, to the winner, $2,000 to win a close to $10,000 purse just for the race, not counting all the other things that are up for grabs in the NASRA 500, the Great American Sim Race here at Virtual Daytona. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland, Bigglesteen Hopton on the production side of things. And we're ready to go back to a green flag, Jacob, as they come back to the Geico restart zone. Pace car is in, 23 to go. We work lap number now 7 of the race. Back underway.
Back underway is now Brian Shue on that outside lane. He's going to get a pretty good launch. Cole Fitzpatrick was actually already trying to side draft him before they even got to the line. I mean, just get whatever advantage that you can. I don't blame him one bit. Right behind him, you got Josh Ball trying to get up here with Brian Shue inside lane. Here comes Cole Fitzpatrick. He's got Michael Sturgill right behind him. Now, whoa, Fitzpatrick jumps up. He almost gets hooked. Shue's going to get back on the outside.
And what a save by all those cars, especially the purple machine of Fitzpatrick. Now he pulls up in front of Sturgill, gives him some business. As Mr. Restrictor Plate Brian Shue up in front. Ball second. Fitzpatrick, Sturgill now. There is Schreckengost right there as well. Top 5, back to 1.
Schreckengost down on the bottom side. He's going to try to get rolling. Philip Martin right behind him, trying to give him the shove as well. Even Miles up here as well, right in behind Michael Sturgill. But up front, Brian Shue still got it. Josh Ball right behind him inside. Here comes Fitzpatrick. He's getting a shove from Schreckengost. They're going to get up to the third car, may get to the second car. Yes, they will. They're going after Brian Shue in 3 and 4.
Down into turn number 3 and 4. The game of pawns continue for 3. If you're 4th through 14th, you get into the last chance qualifier. If you're back behind there from 15th to 40th, plus you can try to repay to get in again. Right now, Fitzpatrick resets, gets back to the inside, battles along, Schreckengost for the lead as they work off 2.
And Brian Shue just got kicked to the curb, literally, son, all the way to the top side. He is going backwards in a hurry. Philip Martin up here in the 3rd spot. Right in front of him, you got in the 2nd position, Schreckengost, and Cole Fitzpatrick's going to lead. Brian Shue, like I said, got kicked to the curb, hung out to dry all by himself as Fitzpatrick leads off 4.
Logan Fitzpatrick is now back up in front. We've got a yellow flag, another Serve Pro caution. Throttle up ahead. It looks like the number 30 car involved. More cars trying to pull away, but it looks like it was the number 30 machine in turn 4. That is James Wagner, maybe McDonald, maybe Cinnamon. Under caution again in turn 4. Watch this on the replay. It's presented by Pulse Poppers.
We'll kind of see what happens right with Wagner. I mean, wow, he just keeps coming down. Was not clear. Ends up losing it. Bam, hard into the outside. Wow, riding the wall, almost getting up into the catch fence. That is a ride for yourself right there. Wow, I mean, that's got to be a wild onboard right there. Wow, we're going to see it right here, folks.
We're going to see it right now. Ask you shall receive. Listen. Are there any more? I'm down the apron. I'm safe. There you go. James Wagner. Another look at it again. Another angle.
There you see
there's the right, left rear hit on the 1-0. Wow. Yeah, was that McDonald that got into him? I think it's McDonald that got into him there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like McDonald, at least from, what I was seeing. I mean, it happened so fast right there, Wesley. That's what it looked like. I mean, he was just trying to rock and roll up there, kind of checked up and then saw a hole, tried to jump down. Actually, it was Christopher McCullough in the 104 is the one that ended up getting into him right there. But, I mean, you can't blame Christopher McCullough. I mean, he had somebody up his back bumper as well, giving him the shove going through 3 and 4. And you got somebody that comes from the top and comes down. It's hard to lift because 9 times out of 10, Wesley, you got somebody up your back bumper shoving you, and then you try to lift, you're going to go around as opposed to the guy that you're going to end up spinning out. I mean, it's just one of those situations.
Well, I don't know if this is all real information or not. Maybe he's just joking around. Cole Fitzpatrick for Fitz Racing out of Fitzgerald, Georgia. A lot of Fitzes in those driver roster information. I don't know if it's true or not. It might be. It might be hashtag fake news, but we will step away from Daytona. Subscribe and like. We're back with more in just a moment. Stay with us.
The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation thrives on the strength of its global community of over 80,000 passionate fans united by a shared love of professional wrestling and a commitment to making a difference. While the foundation was founded to advocate for pediatric cancer awareness and mental health support, it has grown to champion and support multiple initiatives aimed at creating meaningful change in communities worldwide. Through dynamic fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and initiatives that foster connection, the foundation supports causes that uplift individuals and families in need. From empowering children and families facing significant challenges to creating opportunities for hope, healing, and progress. The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation is dedicated to being a force for good. This connected and compassionate community continues to inspire action and drive impact, ensuring that hope and support remain at the forefront of all its efforts. Donate today and join the cause at mcchamps.org.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Welcome back to Daytona. If you knew some of the conversation that we talked about during radio timeout and during commercial, you people would just either laugh your tail off like we are, or you would put your head down in shame. So, nonetheless, done boasting the producer. Boy. Ready to come back for a restart. Fitzpatrick, by the way, does live in Fitzgerald, Georgia. That is a real town. Thank you for my fact checkers checking during the break. Thank you, Jacob. Trek and Goss and Martin are the new top 3. Pace car is on pit road. Under 20 to go. 17 remaining when we come back to the line. And yes, Jeff, the cigar-smoking, fabled creature unicorn commercial is for you, my friend, as we come back to green here at Daytona.
Back to green and Fitzpatrick from Fitzgerald, Georgia. That's a tongue tire there for that one. But there you go, Fitzpatrick.
Trouble.
He's going to try to get away. We got a caution in the back.
Man, oh man, cars in the wall. The 121, the 25. Others rocking on a restart. One of them is Matt Cherry.
No, not Matt Cherry.
Matt Cherry is one of them in the 54. The 121 caught up in it as well. That is Jimmy Walker. Maybe the 038 got a piece of it of Tyler Kim. Maybe Carl Burke. Here's a replay. Man, my buddy out of Winnemucca. Man, he can't get no break. Carl Burke.
Yeah, my buddy Matt Cherry. I mean, he can't get a break out of this one neither. I mean, Cherry kind of looked like he was actually trying to roll with somebody. They were going to try to get going up there on that outside lane, but looked like he kind of knocked him sideways before they even got to the line, and then bam, there it is. Tries to go to the inside. He ends up hooking the 038. 53 right there ends up getting it. Cherry goes for a spin, and then after that, everybody kind of goes up. They don't go down. Cherry goes down, but everybody else goes up, goes toward the wall, and then that's when we saw some of those others, when we saw it live, some of those other drivers getting wrecked out.
Oh, boy. Man, oh, man. What a tough break there. We saw Carl Burke. Let's find the 53. Carl Burke from Mission 2 Esports from Kennewick, Washington, the outdoor cast iron cooking number 53. The 53, Carl Burke. Remember, he got turned. He got turned in the fence. Watch this now. Watch this right here. I want to go on board on the next replay. And actually, yeah, look at this. I mean, nowhere to go. Look at this. Right on board. Look, nowhere to go for Carl Burke. He stays in the gas. I get it. But all of a sudden, you're just, you know, do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do-da-do. Bam! That's what it's like. Am I right, Jacob? Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly what it's like, when you're, racing like this right here at Daytona in one of these cars. I mean, literally, that's what it's like. I mean, you got elevator music playing, you're cool, calm, collected, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just happens. But you never know when it's going to happen, and sure enough, it may end up happening right beside of you, in front of you, right behind you. However you want to look at it, it may happen literally right in your lap. I mean, that's how fast this stuff happens right there. So, but Carl Burke, I'll say this. He didn't lift. He put it in the throttle, and even though he got turned sideways, he had it whap, 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 all the way gassed up, taking off.
Let's give you your top 10 right now and show off some of the nice-looking cars. The Georgia boy, there he is, Cole Fitzpatrick from Fitzgerald, Georgia. It is a real town. He leads the way. We've got the driver of Philip Martin in the Weltmeyer Engineering entry in second. There, of course, beautiful-looking race car. Sterling Thies, the Rattled Cage podcast entry, back to third in the 41. Like a cop car right there. The Rattled Cage. Ryan Schreckengost. Boy, oh boy, the Rattled Cage podcast entry car looking good in the top 5. He's in fourth. And finally, Robert Richards, our buddy from Gastonia, North Carolina. Got the RacingCockpits.com machine looking good in the top 5. Jacob, you got the rest of them, buddy.
Yeah, there you see Michael Sturgill right there. Got M. Sturge right there on the side right there in the 90, currently sitting in the 6th spot. Then you jump back here. There's Josh Ball right there. I thought he actually had a duck on the side of it, but it wasn't right there. But cool to see him right there. Obviously started second, dropped down a little bit. He's sitting in the 7th spot. Then you slip back behind him, and you got Taylor Peacock, which is a NASRA veteran right there with Blanchard's towing right there on the hood of his race car. And then right behind him, you got Josh Lunkovitz sitting right there in the 79. Got M-Vets, V-Speed, all that right there on his race car as well. And then the top 10, you got Stephen Miles right there in the 124. Got Rooftop right there on the back of his Chevrolet Camaro.
Beautiful field of cars right there. Big thanks to Highline Racing and all of these other sponsors that are scrolling across the top right of the screen. And yes, somebody put that in the chat box earlier. I promise you, I'm watching. I'm working, but I'm still watching once in a while when I can. Thank you for all the comments. Please keep it, please keep it PG-13. Don't get out of line. And I will say this. Also, that remember that we're taking 3 after this one, and we'll go to another qualifying race next. 3 and 3. We'll lock in what will be, how many now? 12 drivers for the duels. And as I've always said, you're not in the NASRA 500 yet. You just got to go to the duel on Saturday. Third caution presented by Surf Pro. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration about to come to an end. 13 laps to go. Highline Racing, qualifying race number 2. Pace car, there you hear him, there you see him. He's getting ready to take the left-hand turn and scamper from the field. Everyone else now rolls into the Geico restart zone, overlooking Barney. He's ready to wave the flag. It's back. Green flag back underway. Let's settle it. 13 remaining. We are in the second half of qualifier race number 5.
Fitzpatrick going to be down on that inside lane. Philip Martin was able to get the jump on the outside lane. He's going to jump down to the bottom side. Schreckengost up top. He's going to roll up there with Sturgill. Sturgill going to try to give him the shove. Here comes Peacock on this outside lane. Outside, kind of really putting up a good fight and really doing some good stuff. Spinner back in the back. No caution as of yet, but Schreckengost is going to go to the front now. The caution comes out.
Another caution, another yellow flag. It looks like it's the 49 car way off the pace. That's Chris Melton's car. And another yellow flag here. Come on, guys. The Roughneck Racing entry, James Wagner welding entry from Lake Longwood, Florida, going around. Yes, Daniel Eberhard, to answer your question, I did announce at Cochran Speedway a long time ago, though, man. Are the Martins even still running that track? Is it even open? Man, a lot of drama went on over at that place. I had to get away from it. Just not going to lie to you. A lot of drama was going on over there.
Drama. We love drama.
Drama, brother. All that drama's going on, and you're wondering if you're going to get your paycheck or not. I was like, I'm not traveling 600 miles to deal with this anymore. And I don't think Melton wanted to travel in that direction either. Caution out. See, I found a way to segue it, Jacob, somehow.
Hey, I mean, that's all for it right there. You saw Melton right there kind of get just tagged a little bit right there. Inside kind of stacked up a little bit. Ended up getting him in the left rear, spins him around. One car, but the powers that be ended up throwing the caution right now. So we're back under caution coming around this time, 11 to go.
Schreckengost, Sturgill, Peacock, right now the 3 drivers trying to get to the home stretch of Highline Racing. Qualifier number 5 on this Tuesday night at the virtual Daytona. We will step away and pay some more bills because that's how we are doing the NASRA 500.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines! I hear you all my day, and the hills smile, and the hills smile, and the hills smile.
And folks, welcome back here to the NASRA 500 qualifier number 5, Highline Racing. 75 right here for the qualifier.
You see what it's like to let you come in as the lead? You see? I let you do it. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, USA. I appreciate it.
Oh, love you, dude. Highline Racing, Heat Qualifier 5. Go ahead, Jacob. Give us a little lead here. What we got going on, buddy? We ain't missed nothing. 10 to go.
Nah, you ain't really missed a whole lot right here, Wesley. I mean, but, we've seen, honestly, some of these guys that's up here, I mean, two of them I can see right here that started outside the top 20, Streckengost and Peacock. They're actually up here. Both of them's going to be on the inside row right here. There you see right there the race details, obviously 30 laps, 2 sets of tires. If they got to burn the tires, if they got to get them, obviously 100% fuel capacity, goose egg for the faster pairs, 1 green, white checker. But I'm watching this inside lane right here, Wesley Outland. Streckengost, Peacock, They started back there at the back. They got a shot to shoot up through here. And Sturgill actually started outside the top 15 as well. So all these guys right here, the top 3 spots start outside the top 15, trying to go ahead and make it all the way to Saturday.
Hey, Dean, just because someone asked, can you put up our weekly logo real quick? I will promote it because somebody was asking us what else we do. The NASRA 500 is a special. The NASRA 500 is a special. Normally on Monday night is the DSR Electric Truck Series. Tuesday night, why would you get rid of it? We need it next week. Tuesday night. But if people are asking, I'm going to. Monday night, NASRA Truck Series. Tuesday night will be the Blanchard Infinity Series. Wednesday, NASRA Cup Series. They're working on something for Thursday. However, they do the Hot Lap podcast on Thursdays, and the special one is the 10th season beginning next Friday, February 14th, for the Cops Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. This is a NASRA special with the NASRA 500. I'm only gave the information, Brady, because somebody asked. We're back to green here with 9 to go in Highline Racing Qualifier number 5. I'm losing count of what race we're in here, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, so many qualifiers and so short time to run all of them. But here we go. Streckengost is actually going to get kicked to the middle. Peacock ends up hanging him out up front. Sturgill, he's got the lead. Right behind him, you got Miles. You got York. Right behind him, you got Thies. All of them front 4, but the front 3 are all clear as of right now for those transfer spots.
New names working off of turn 4 down to the line. To the stripe. Sturgill, Miles, York. Now the new 3. 8 remaining now as they stay single file up on the outside. We've seen that last night. You see it tonight. The outside just seems so much more better on the bottom as they work into.
Yeah, front 5 is actually going to get single file, and they're trying to scamper away. Brian Chew, the only one down on the inside lane, riding on board with Stephen Miles right now, currently sitting in second, up 8 spots from where he started. All over the back bumper of Sturgill. Wants to stay in that second spot, Wesley. Remember, top 3, they get the transfer. They're all good right now, as of right now, but York holding on that spot. He's got to worry about Thies on his back bumper.
Inside, outside, looking at bottom, high, low. Look at that big jam session. Here they come. Stay in line, guys. Oh, boy, that's how you get trouble started. 7 to go. They're up high. Sturgill in the lead.
Top 8, single file up on the outside lane. Maybe not. Here comes your boy, Carl Burke. Jump down to the inside. Couple others jump down. Blanchard jumps down. Peacock jumps down in front of Carl Burke. Right in front of him, Josh Ball's going to jump down on the inside. 4 up top, 3 up top now as Thies jumps down. Here comes Miles down to the bottom side. They're going to hang out Sturgill and York. They're on themselves. Caution on the speedway.
Another caution. The 038 machine, the 225, wrecked up in turn number 3. That's Tyler Kim and others. And another caution. That's Tyler Kim and Thomas Adams. Here's a replay. It's always presented by Pulse Poppers and, wow, boy, man, oh man. At least we did get 3 laps under green before caution came out again.
And that's some hard impact right there. You see right there, Thomas Adams right there. Got Dula right behind him in the Dula light car. And wow, I mean, just wow, hard impact right there by Kim. Head on into the outside retaining wall. Adams looked like he was actually trying to do the bump draft a little bit. Maybe bump draft him a little bit too much. They lock together. Kim comes down and bam! I mean, just hard impact, very violent. Even for sim racing right there, Wesley. I talked about it last night. Some of these wrecks, some of these hits these guys are taking so hard that it can sprain a wrist, break a finger, something like that. But that is violent right there that Kim just took. And even for the 225 of Thomas Adams, both of them very hard impact.
Logan Detweiler chimes in, and I feel your pain. He says, "Oh!" Bangs head into the couch pillow. Remember, we're doing radio as well, so you got to paint a picture. Stop, capital S-T-O-P, in the name of love, throwing the cautions. This is outrageous. Well, it's outrageous with the drivers, the virtual drivers, the pawns out here doing what they're doing, Jacob. I mean, we really have no control over it, and I promise you we have some very... we have race directors that they're not going to throw the caution unless they absolutely have to. So,
no, honestly, they're not. Matter of fact, they see what's going on. They got to speed it up right here. Actually, they was going to get the 2 to go. Now the pace lights is out on the car, so no lights on the pace car. Lights is off all the way around the track. They're going double file.
Jacob, I just thought about this. It's a friggin' full moon outside. It is a full moon outside. It is affected the virtual NASRA 500. That's exactly what's going on, man.
Oh my gosh. I bet you that's why these wrecks is happening right here. And I think there was a full moon last night too, Wes, if I'm not mistaken. Good possibilities. So maybe that's why we're seeing some of these cautions right here. I guess we can blame it on the moon. We'll blame it on somebody.
Why moon, not? Man. A full moon. Blame it on the man on the moon. That's all I got to say. Oh. 4 laps to go, by the way, when we come back to green. There's going to be 10 miles left. There is a chance at overtime. Remember.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Thank you, buddy. I'm just catching your comments, dude. I'm working. I'm not spending the time reading every comment in the world being posted. Leave me alone, animal. If there's anybody that knows about full moon lunar activity, it's the animal, Keith Bradley from Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Let me tell you. Oh, got nothing but love for Keith. We're coming back to green. 4 laps to go. Geico restart zone and 10 miles left in Highline Racing qualifier number 5 for the road to the NASRA 500 back underway.
Sturgill is going to get a jump, but after that, he ends up having to slide back here. Josh Ball is going to try to get on his back bumper. Stephen Miles down there on the bottom side. He's got Thies all over his back bumper with York with him. Blanchard up top, 3 trying to separate up on the top side. Peacock down here on the bottom side trying to get this inside lane going. Here comes your boy, Carl Burke, 53, trying to get going. York's going to shoot down to the bottom. They go 3 wide for a split second. Burke up on the top side, rocking and rolling with Robbie Richards right behind him.
Sturgill up high. It is Ball now to the inside. Blanchard will follow. To the line. 3 to go. Ball now gets a shove from the 9 of Blanchard. Miles will now move back to 3rd. Here comes the inside lane now, starting to work better than the top side. Nope, I was wrong as Ball hits the wall. Here comes now Miles to file in on the bottom and go after him again in 2. And we're 3 wide behind them.
Boy, they're moving around all over the place, squirming around all behind them. Blanchard still has the lead. Miles right behind him. You got in the 001, that's Josh Ball back there as well. Look out, inside lane. Here we go, Sturgill trying to get up here and make something happen. Lukovitz, Josh Lukovitz all the way to the lead, coming off 4, coming to 2 to go.
Cars bouncing off the wall, some of them was Sturgill, Richards, Fitzpatrick, McCullough. Look at this big, wow, it is just a hornet's nest, snake's patch. 5 miles round, 2 to go. And now Lokenwitz is now. Lokenwitz, the new leader. For how long, though? Blanchard crashing behind them. He knew it was bound to happen. Logan Detweiler, they got no choice but to throw the serve precaution. There it is, and we now move to overtime. Ryan Schreckengoss, Robert Richards, Cole Fitzpatrick, Joshua Suss, and a partridge in a pear tree crashed, littered, destroyed, beaten, battered, banged, bruised in turn number 2. Joshua Suss, by the way, just some of the people that we have on camera. He's on camera. You see the look of disbelief on his face.
Yeah, Joshua Suss, I mean, I think he's been in every single one of these qualifiers trying to make it to Saturday and try to get into the duels. You see some of this action. There's Joshua Suss back here. See the action up in front of him. Suss actually looked like he might have was going to miss it right there, but one got loose down on the bottom side, just knocked him straight up into the wreck. And then there you see the calamity. There you see Schreckengost, I believe, in the 055 up there spinning around. You see there, and here we go. Bang, wow. Big, hard contact right there by some of those guys up there slipping and sliding around. Then Schreckengost kind of got locked onto somebody, goes for a tornado-like spin or a hurricane spin, I guess you could say, or even a typhoon since we're in Florida.
Fitzpatrick, by the way.
Richards.
Fitzpatrick spilled his Skittles all around the second turn. Watch this one more time.
See it right there. There's the 104 right there. Richards. Oh, wow. Hard impact right there. That was McCullough, and the 104 gets set up into Richards, and Richards nowhere to go.
Yeah, look at Fitzpatrick there, and everyone else just trying to get from the top to the bottom. Another look at it again. Some of these cars were up in front earlier, had a chance to win the qualifier. Watch this. On board with Fitzpatrick.
Riding on board with him right here. You'll see, I mean, literally nowhere to go right there, Wes. Wow, Richards, hard impact. That is hard impact right there. Some of them might have arc braked right there going through 1 and 2 right there to hit Richards right there. I'm sure he's got to have a couple of words about it, maybe in the general chat, but wow, hard impact.
Explain to our audience, maybe listening on the radio or, obviously listening, watching on the broadcast what ARCA braking is, if they don't know.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know what ARCA braking is, basically what it is that you see a wreck in front of you on sim racing, and honestly they do it in real life as well. But it's guys that, they see the wreck, it's there, and it's like 5 seconds, they see the whole wreck, and then all of a sudden they don't even hit the brake. They just gas up and then they just take off. It's a term that we use in sim racing, and it's actually transitioned into real racing where guys actually just see the wreck and then they just say, you know what, I ain't going to hit the brake pedal. I'm just going to gas it up and just send it and try to be able to make it through there. And 9 times out of 10, when you arc a brake like that, as that term is, 9 times out of 10, you don't miss the wreck. You actually cause more trouble than, what you could have just tried to hit the brakes. And,
right.
A lot of people obviously want to send it to try to miss the wreck because, they have an excuse. Oh, well, if I hit the brakes, somebody's going to run me over. But 9 times out of 10, if you would have just braked, you would have missed all of it, and you might have had minimum damage, and you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in. So that's basically what the ARCA brake term means, at least for me and at least for everybody in sim racing.
Yeah, thanks for giving us that information on that. Lokenwitz now in the lead, Blanchard and Niggles. Well, remember Niggles, he started the race up in the front. Niggles did. Seems like it was forever ago, right? I mean, we're looking at 42 minutes into this race. We're going to overtime. Back to green, white checker, 1 attempt. If we crash, it's over. We had that happen 2 out of 3 times. Actually, it happened 3 out of 3 times last night. Lokenwitz, Blanchard, York now getting around Niggles as they work up the bank into 1 and 2. Blanchard down to the outside.
Yeah, and York's going to jump down to the bottom side. And, folks, if they do make it back to the white flag, they can wad them up literally all over the place, and we'll still have a green flag finish. That's what the fans want to see. That's what the drivers want to see. Lukovitz up top. Here comes Chris Blanchard down to the inside. He's got York giving him the shove. Cody Niggles on the inside as well. Chris Blanchard to the lead in 3 and 4.
Blanchard around the driver from Iowa of Lokenwitz. Here comes the man from Maine. Blanchard working off the corner. coming to the line. There it is, the West Texas Pepper Traders white flag waves, 1 to go. Final time. Lockenwitz back in front of Blanchard. Ball, York, Larson. Larson was crashed earlier. He's back in the dance, and so is also Nagels. Final time to the back straightaway.
Lockenwitz up on the top side. He's got ball right behind him. Blanchard starting to slip back. Maybe lost his help. He has lost his help. He's slipping back there, wrecking behind him. But Lockenwitz up the top, ball right behind him. And Cole Larson looking like he's going to transfer as well.
They're crashing in the back, but we race on because they took the white flag. Nagels gets turned. He's in the wall. Meanwhile, coming to the flag, Lockenwitz is going to come to the stripe. He is going to win here. Josh Lockenwitz, the Big Fish Motorsports man for V-Speed out of Iowa, winning Highline Racing qualifier number 5. Josh Ball and Cole Larson, the 3 drivers that are in the show as well. From Baxter, Iowa, the Pharaohs Lead Farm Goat Locker Racing number 79. John Lockenwitz winning Highline Racing Qualifier 5 at Daytona, and they race to the finish also. Way to go.
That is what we wanted to see right there, Wesley. We wanted to see a finish. We wanted to see guys racing it out, trying to get there. Blanchard looked like he was going to be able to pull it off, but lost his help. Similar to what we saw in qualifier number 4. He was on the inside. He had some help. And odds are that bottom guy that was trying to give Blanchard the shove probably blew up, just like what happened to Tristan Bruce. Blanchard had it made. I mean, if you got no help, then you're pretty much screwed. Lockenwitz and Ball and Larson, they transfer.
Those top 3 drivers, again, going into Saturday's duels. From York, Blanchard, Thomas, Thies, Sturgill, Larson, Johnson, Chu, Trombley, Martin, and Webb. Unless they want to redo, they are eligible to transfer in to the last chance qualifiers on Friday. Rest of the rundown. McCullough, Miles, Hunter, and Newton, your top 18 with a checker flag fell.
Cody Nagels got spun right there coming off turn 4. Started on the pole for this qualifier for Highline Racing number 5. He will end up finishing 19th. Raymond Rittenauer will end up finishing 20th. Jimmy Walker will finish 21st. Right behind him, Justin Lumpkin. Good to see him out here. Unfortunately, he will be 22nd. Tim Johnston will be 23rd. Matt Dula is going to be 24th. With Cameron Craigham will finish 25th. Matt Cherry will be 26th. John Darnell will be 27th. And the boss man of NASRA that put it all together. He was in this race. I didn't even know he was. But he started dead last, but he'll be 28th, Brady LaBeouf.
Yeah, Brady LaBeouf a lap down. Everyone else a lap down or more. Cummings, Peacock, Suss, Fitzpatrick, Richard, Schreckengost, Burke, Kim, Adams, Melton. And that's the way they stand. Let's go to post-race. CRN post-race interviews. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm getting freaking tired, okay? I've been calling basketball for 4 hours and now this. And it wasn't pretty. They were wrecks. And at least we got to the finish at the end. Josh Lockenwitz, I think I called you John. My apologies. But good job, man. Guy out of Iowa gets it done. And Goat Locker Racing proud. Josh, you're taking this race. Congratulations to you, sir.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Definitely was what I was hoping for, but not what I was expecting.
It was a pretty wild one, but you found your way to survive and get there at the end. Let us know about it.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, this wasn't, my typical deal on these super speedways is hang in the back, wait till the end and get her done. But, 30 laps isn't time for that. So it was just go from the beginning and hope everything worked out at the end.
And, Josh, I don't know if you remember me, buddy, but it's been a long time since I've actually seen you, Josh, doing a little bit with the Sunoco Cup Series back when it was going and everything else. So good to see you, Josh. I hope you're doing well. But, coming into the, you started 30th, literally 30th here in this qualifier. Come home, with the win to be able to go all the way to Saturday for the duels. But, tell everybody, kind of what it was like, literally, to go all the way from the back and have to shoot through all the chaos that we saw, wrecks 9 ways to Sunday to be able to get that number 79 79 entry up to the front.
Yeah, a lot of, like you mentioned, man, a lot of dodging wrecks, hoping I was in the right place, the right time. quick reactions, hitting the brakes and swerving out the way and hoping nobody's already there. But yeah, just trying to pick the lane that was moving and keep the nose clean and make it to the end and then see where we shook out. Luckily, we made it to the front and made our way to Sunday. So I guess I got $10 coming back to me.
Well, Josh, before we let you go, congratulations again. Please thank your sponsors, and we'll see you Saturday in the duels, my friend.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the old redneck announcer up there in the booth. I mean, he's a hell of a guy, and I love listening to him broadcast races. So, first and foremost, the wife and kids let me do this and have fun out here. Farrell's Lead Farm and InVets, especially Goat Locker Racing. I mean, they're great organization. If you're a vet, reach out. We do some awesome stuff on iRacing.
Yeah, we used to call the Goat Locker Racing Arc of Thunder, I believe, in the truck series. I called some whenever I filled in for Jacob in the past as well. Good bunch of people there. Josh Lockovitz, congratulations, buddy. Thanks for your time as we continue the CRN post-race interviews. The man out of Iowa, winner of Highline Racing Qualifier number 5. Let's go out of the second place, man. That is, of course, Josh Ball. Josh Ball in the car number 001. How fun was that one? Oh, it was interesting. You literally found a way to get back in the end, though, and get yourself a spot there from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Can I say go Steelers? Thank you, Josh.
No, I'd prefer you say go Patriots. I am in Steelersville, but I know. Oh, come on. You guys got to hate on the Chiefs now. They're like the new Patriots.
Yeah. Okay. Advil PM. It's time for your bedtime in the Red Bull. You mix Advil PM with Red Bull. That's a bad combination there, Josh.
Well, that's emergency services. I tell you, either have Red Bulls in the morning, and then I got to do Advil PMs to go to bed. So that's where we're running. We got on sponsor.
I love it. Nightmare Esports. All right, man, you're taking this race and getting second. You were kind of in the back sometime earlier tonight, but you kind of worked your way patiently amongst all the crashes and everything to finish in the runner-up spot, and whatever happens the rest of the week, you're in Saturday's duels.
Yeah, that's right. Started P2, fell back, got some damage in a wreck, then up back to the front, back to P2, and that's where we were.
And, Josh, we were talking, we were just talking to Josh, the other Josh, about, how chaotic it was and everything else. And obviously you're going to be locked in. You're going to the duels Saturday, so no harm, no foul. You're ready to rock and roll for that. And I've asked this question and, I seem like I get the same response from everybody. Do you feel like the duels is going to be as chaotic as what we've been seeing here in these qualifiers?
Probably not for the first, half of the race, but then after that, I'd assume so. And a lot of people, I think, with the draft package that changed a little bit, are still trying to learn that, the outside isn't as dumb as it used to be. So you got to work with the inside and draft off them. So people are still learning, but I think come Saturday that it should be a little more tame, at least the beginning.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, Josh, please thank your sponsors, man. Get you a little Advil PM and get to bed. But whatever nightmares you have with Nightmare Esports, one of them is knowing that you're definitely going to be in the duels on Saturday. So thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks. Obviously the sponsors on the car are just, for me. So really Nightmare Esports that helped me get here. And that's about it. Thank you guys for having the broadcast.
Thank you very much. There's Josh Ball as we continue the CRN post-race interviews. And we will now move into the man that finished in third, and that is, of course, our buddy from NASRA, Larson Esports, Mountain Dew Voltage, entry number 20 out of Oregon, Illinois, from the land of Lincoln. Cole Larson. Cole, you got caught up in an accident. You rallied. You worked your way with damage, might I add. Back to the front, you finished the race in third. You're in the duels on Saturday. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was insane. I got wrecked on like the first 5 laps or whatever, and I thought I was done. I had damage. I thought I had way more damage than I did. And then I just put my head down and kept grinding out, and was able to get there at the end.
And Cole, I've talked about you numerous times. Honestly, you are a great young man with a lot of talent. to come out here and show these big dogs how to do it. Try to get into the NASRA 500. Does it is it a little bit intimidating? I guess you could say, to see guys like Malik Ray and Daniel Falkenham get out here and race. Is it intimidating to you just a little bit, or is it just basically business as usual when you strap in there?
It's both. When I strap in, yeah, it's just business, but it's intimidating at the start, and then you just get in there, get in your groove, and it's honestly just feels like a normal race. Just got to race them how you race everybody else.
Hey, listen, final question. Segue this to thanking your sponsors, Cole. How different is it racing these guys compared to what you compete with on a regular basis with the NASRA leagues?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of these guys I don't know. Some of these guys are Coke Series drivers in here, and it's insane. It's so much fun, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. Cole Larson, please thank your sponsors, buddy. We'll see you Saturday. We'll see you Saturday for the duels. Thanks
to Fanatec for their nice sim equipment, True Designs for this awesome paint scheme that he makes, and shirts and logos for our apparel, and then Larson Esports, obviously, for making all this happen.
Voltage, frightening, very exciting for Cole Larson to make it in, along with Josh Ball and Iowa's Josh Lockenvitz, the Highline Racing Qualifier 5. We got one more to go. We're taking a break. When we come back, final one of the night, Marathon Movers Qualifying Race 6. When we return from Daytona, be right back. Stay with us. It ain't bedtime yet.
The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation thrives on the strength of its global community of over 80,000 passionate fans united by a shared love of professional wrestling and a commitment to making a difference. While the foundation was founded to advocate for pediatric cancer awareness and mental health support, it has grown to champion and support multiple initiatives aimed at creating meaningful change in communities worldwide. Through dynamic fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and initiatives that foster connection, the foundation supports causes that uplift individuals and families in need. From empowering children and families facing significant challenges to creating opportunities for hope, healing, and progress. The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation is dedicated to being a force for good. This connected and compassionate community continues to inspire action and drive impact, ensuring that hope and support remain at the forefront of all its efforts. Donate today and join the cause at mcchamps.org.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
some of the cool showcases that we'll have along the way. Maybe we'll use that for the intro before we start playing the broadcast. So Tony Burleson, Joshua Suss, and others. Welcome back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. You know what's going down. It's time for the final qualifying race on this Tuesday night, February 4th, 2025. It is the Marathon Movers qualifying race number 6. Starting lineup. Let's do it. Starting lineup, the Nightmare, Freddie Bossinez. He's on the pole. And Jonathan Cofield from Mumford, Alabama, making up row number 1. Dan Janjanin, and Christopher McCullough on row 2. Richard Elliott, Darren Group on row number 3. James Wagner, Stephen Thomas to row number 4. It is Adam Newton and Trevor Asronoff, the top 10. Justin Lumpkin, Ed Osborne. Some of these names, Jacob, back in the saddle again, ready to try to go again for the top 3 spots.
Absolutely, and starting in the 13th spot, or starting 13th, the Canadian, Kyler Wedd. We saw him. He is fast, but he just ends up getting caught up in a lot of stuff. Maybe he'd be able to transfer. We'll see how it ends up working out. Starting from unlucky number 13 of all places. Ethan Eckert will start in the 14th spot. Timmy Hammond, he just hadn't had a good week so far. Maybe it'll turn around for him here this evening. Starting in the 15th spot, Shane Trotter is going to start 16th. Sterling Thies will start in the 17th spot. Tyler Goodwin, Kerry Tribune, and Brandon Broadfoot, the top 20. You got Mark Vondale starting in 21st. There you go, Mr. Restrictor Plate. Brian Chew starting in 22nd. And rounding out the top 24, Joshua Suss and Stephen Trump.
Next rows, we'll find row 13. Bo Tiffany, Tristan Bruce, they're going to go again. Joshua McCullough from Savannah. Tucker McClendon, row 14. Austin Evie, Dean Gagliano, row 30. Row 15, top 30, I meant to say. Ron Hunter, Taylor Peacock, who will make up row number 16. Thomas Adams, John Darnell III, row 17. Row 18, Ronnie Foster from the Lone Star State, and Josh Rodriguez from the outside in the 3 car.
30, and starting 37, it's going to be the 39, I should say, with Matthew Cummins. And Dade Hagan's going to be in the 38th spot. And then looking back through the field, Cody Nagels is going to be back there, as well as Christian McCreel. He will be back there as well. Josh Nelm, some of these drivers did not elect to take a qualifying time, elected to start the back. After what we've seen in qualifier number 5, they want to start back here in the back and probably try to duck and dodge the chaos. There you see Bray LaBeouf, Cody Knight, they're your race directors. That is their choice. Remember, by the way, we saw a man last night make a post where he said, "Hey, man, I know I made it in to the last chance qualifier, but damn it, I want to make it into the duels. I don't want to deal with Friday night." And you got the $10 you want to buy back, just like in drag racing or karting. Well, drag racing, I don't know if karting you can buy back, but drag racing you can. It's kind of like this one. Hey, if you want to pay it, put yourself back in it. As you always say, Jacob, have a little extra beer money on hand as we are about ready to go here for what will be final qualifier, race number 3 of the night. It's race 6 in total. Again, the sponsor is Marathon Movers. James Wagner's Welding, CRN Race Details. There it is, 30 laps. No fast repair. I like that, Jacob. I don't know what your take is on it. But I believe when we get down to the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme for the 500 on Saturday, the best of the best are going to make it into battle. Yeah, it's going to be a straight up dogfight. It's going to be a battlefield. When we come to Saturday for the NASRA 500, it's going to be absolute chaotic. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a fun-filled day, and it's going to be some awesome stuff. One thing I do want to note is you see him right there on the left side with the scoring pylon, Freddie Bassinez. He was the pole winner, but he got an EOL, has to start at the back of the field. I bet you right now he cut the apron in the trial over Wesley. And they've been busting him 9 ways to Sunday on that, so the pole setter's going to have to do it all the way from the back.
All right, we're ready to go. Qualifier race number 6, Logan Detweiler for you. We'll crank it up as they come to green. It's the final one of the night. We're underway at Daytona. Off of turn 4, here they come, working down to the line. Jan in. Jan on the bottom. It's Newton. Watch the 19 that we call him the Bulldog. He's right there in the fight. Lumpkin, first 3, 29 to go. Back up the bank and Jacob into turn number 1, sir.
Jan Jennings got the lead, but for how long? Not too long. How about you right there, the most magical creations? Toyota, Adam Newton to the outside. He's got Lumpkin rocking and rolling with him. They both know how to get around here at Daytona. Now Newton, he's going to be on the outside. Jan Jennings going to be on the bottom side. Lumpkin trying to give the shove. He's got Elliott right behind him, but Jan Jennings getting the shove. It's Kyler Wynn in the second spot, and right behind him, you got the 069 right behind him as well.
Through the tri-oval. On board with a second place man, Kyler Wynn. He's been in this battle, up in this spot several times in the last 48 hours, ready to go again. He's in that second spot. Jan and Wynn and Hammond. Right now, the 3 that would transfer. Final qualifier of the night before we reset the button and do it again tomorrow. As they work the back straightaway, Jan on the inside in that beautiful rainbow color number 4.
Yeah, I mean, and Kyler Wynn really, I mean, he has took so many shots to be able to try to make it to Saturday and get to the duels. He may just be happy just with riding in second and just push Jan all the way to the front and keep him all the way there for the next 25 laps, 26 laps, I should say. That's what I would do if I was Kyler Wynn. Just go ahead and make it to Saturday and not have anything to worry about as we got a wreck back in the back.
Jonathan Cofield. Oh, boy, our Auburn man from Cofield, of course, from Mumford, Alabama, going around. Single car accident, and it is our Pulse Poppers instant replay for just the Cofield car, unless anybody else got collected. We're about to find out here now, Jacob.
Yeah, we're fixing to find out. See kind of what
there is something else.
Whoa. Looks like the one right there, Shane Trotter, ends up going around. Look like he got a bad bump draft gone wrong. Sends him down into Cofield. Cofield just an innocent bystander out of all that. But Trotter doesn't hit the wall or nothing like that. Watch this. A little bit of a stack up right in front of Trotter. Maybe the memo was not given with the driver behind him. Actually went top, back down, got Trotter in the left rear, ends up spinning him around. And in Cofield, like I said, just an innocent bystander. He gets collected, but Trotter, oh, baby, hold on to it. He was able to hold on to it. There you see, I believe that is the 104, Christopher McCullough, the driver that ends up spinning Trotter around. And there you see Cofield just nowhere to go.
And another caution flag. Trotter is spinning. Serve pro caution. Pulse Popper instant replay. Shannon in the lead. Wynn, Hammond. We're going to go side by side, but we're going to stay with you. Just thank some sponsors. Big thanks to Premier Racing Setups. All right, Jacob. So, got our buddy out of Canada, Kyler Wynn here. Now, if I'm trying to remember, I think he's made it in to the, he's made it into the last chance races. But again, you have the option to, buy back and get in. I honestly think a lot of these star guys, Kyler Wynn, we know how competitive in nature he is. We've called some of his big money races over the past. If he can get in the top 3, I think he'll be content with that. That's exactly. We had one guy last night in the chat box say the same thing. I think it was Darnell. He said, and I quote, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop just making it into the last chance qualifier. I want to make it into Saturday. I'm going to continue until I make that quest. But my question is this, though, Jacob. When does it become a defeat when you're doing it too much and you're still not climbing from it? When do you finally got to say, all right, maybe I need to throw in the towel and just prepare for Friday?
Honestly, when you spend all your beer money.
Never! He said never!
That would be with it now. I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, it depends, really. I mean, because this is one of a kind, honestly, Wesley Outland. This is one of a kind of a deal right here, because most of the time when you go through qualifiers, usually it would be, with this many drivers and this magnitude of people, it would be like, say, the top 14 in each one of them, and then they would just go ahead and just go the LCQs. Everybody else, sorry for your luck, try again next year. But this is kind of a new deal. This is kind of, in my opinion, I love this right here, to be able to rebuy, to have a shot, to try to get back in it. So, I think sky's the limit. I mean, honestly, if you want to have a shot, we were talking about it, $2,000 to win, a lot of money up for grabs and everything else. I think what's too much is just how far you're willing to go to be able to get there on Saturday. And in my opinion, the way I look at it, if you got the LCQ shot already at it, then, I mean, hey, why not? Gamble a couple of times, because you're going to be racing Friday regardless. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, throw a $10 bill in there and see what happens, and see if you can better your luck to have a shot to go to Saturday and not have to worry about Friday. So I like what he's doing right here and everything else, and I would do it all the way up to Thursday, and then if you don't get it by Thursday, then you're just going to have to pray that you can pull it off on Friday and Saturday, and then you got to go for the 500-miler Saturday afternoon.
But here's my question, though. If you pull out from the last chance race and you redraw, you forfeit your last chance race spot, right? So what if you try to chase the end of the rainbow and there ain't no pot of gold there, even if for all the efforts of trying to get into the top three? What if you, like you said, get all the way to that 12th and final qualifier on Thursday night and you crash out? Your last chance spot's gone, right? I mean, you forfeited it when you bought back in the race, I would think.
I mean, if that's the case, then you're really gambling. I mean, you are seriously gambling. I mean, honestly, obviously, from Rome, Georgia, not from West Virginia, like some of y'all was thinking last night, but, from Rome, Georgia, I mean, Murphy, North Carolina, not too far from where I live, casino style, you basically, every single time you go into this, if it is that case, that it's like you're taking $10 and you're throwing it out there on a roulette wheel, picking your number and just hoping that it sticks or even gets close to your number. That's kind of what you're banking on right there. If that is true, if that is what it is, even if you got an LCQ spot and then you gamble to want to go ahead to go to the duels. So, I mean, there's a lot of gambling going on right here. A lot of brave souls, Wesley. I thought about actually getting in this and racing, but I'm kind of happy I'm up here in the booth with you, buddy, because this right here is cracking for some of these drivers.
Hey, want to send a shout out to one of my racing buddies I met recently at the New Year's Bash that I did with Mav TV and Racing America. Nathan Brazel is watching. Check out his YouTube channel, Nathan Racing Adventures, out of Cassett, South Carolina. Hope you're enjoying it, Nathan. Thanks for the words in the chat box as we come back to green with 23 to go here in the final qualifying race of this Tuesday night. He's trying to push me to the finish line. I appreciate the words of inspiration in the messenger. Tyler Wynn on the outside. Pushed there by Bruce. Jan Jannon. Somebody says this guy should be in the Coke Series. Let's see what Jan Jannon's all about. Can he jam his way to the duels? Off two.
We'll see what he's got as Timmy Hammond right behind him in the 069, trying to give him the shove as well. Bruce shoving Kyler Wynn all the way up there to the front. Mark Vondell, the third car on the outside lane. Adam Newton up there as well as Richard Elliott. They're trying to form something up. But on that inside lane, Jan Janet trying to fire off and trying to catch Kyler Wynn.
So we have just been informed that you keep your last chance spot. You still get to keep it. You can only improve. So there's a mulligan right there. Watching Wynn, watching the 14, Jan and on the inside. Hammond now. Our buddy Timothy Hammond. He spent the weekend inside Lucas Oil Stadium at the Royal Rumble. And they're about to rumble to the back straightaway as Kyler Wynn gets pushed on the line. And they're turning each other. Caution out to 51, the 99. Spinning to the back straightaway. John Darnell III, Thomas Adams, Matthew Cummings. The 51 machine spinning. Wow. That is Brian Chu. Another serve pro caution. Man.
And you hate to see that for some of these guys up here, honestly, Wesley. Out and there you see Adam Newton. I mean, he was up there running around the 11th spot is where he was. And then all of a sudden, you know, all that. Actually, that was actually after the fact, after everybody got spun around. But Brian Chu got spun around. But then check this out right here. 4 wide, one of them on the apron. Newton ends up getting into Bruce, ends up sending him around. Then ping pongs, comes back down, gets into the 44. Stephen Thomas sends him around. And then a bunch of them basically Dukes of Hazzard style through the grass, trying to see if they can hold on to it and save it. As you ride on board right here, right behind the 71, look at the chaos. Sparks fly. Newton goes around. And that is the 150 entry that ends up going around as well. So, wow, that's Stephen Trombley. So hard impact for some of these guys just spinning around right there. And, wow, I mean, there's Brian Chu that ends up going around with the 099 back there that ended up spinning around of Darnell. And Darnell talking about he wants to do at least all of them to be able to try to make it. And it looks like he may have to have another shot to try to get in it.
Full moon, small town, Tuesday night, not Saturday night. Not small town Saturday night, small town Tuesday night to make it into the NASRA 500. And we will show you a replay one more time. Look at this again. Oh boy, a little shake, a little rattle, a little roll, and a hold on Joe. Caution out. We are going to go to another commercial break. Replays presented by Pulse Poppers. So many people that make it happen. Cars are on pit road. And we step away with about less than 20 to go. And the Marathon Movers qualifying race 6. We'll thank all the sponsors as well when we come back.
The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation thrives on the strength of its global community of over 80,000 passionate fans united by a shared love of professional wrestling and a commitment to making a difference. While the foundation was founded to advocate for pediatric cancer awareness and mental health support, it has grown to champion and support multiple initiatives aimed at creating meaningful change in communities worldwide. Through dynamic fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and initiatives that foster connection, the foundation supports causes that uplift individuals and families in need. From empowering children and families facing significant challenges to creating opportunities for hope, healing, and progress. The Mania Club Champions of Hope Foundation is dedicated to being a force for good. This connected and compassionate community continues to inspire action and drive impact, ensuring that hope and support remain at the forefront of all its efforts. Donate today and join the cause at mcchamps.org.
Back here at Daytona as they roll their way through turn 4, back down to the travel. Some cars on pit road. It's closing in on under 20 laps to go now. 19 remaining. I'm Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves alongside Biggles, Dean Hopton. The sights, the sounds, the crank it up, the production, everything you see is a one-man destruction man right there that's doing it. The one-man successor. He better put his face on the screen by Saturday.
There will be beef if he does not.
There is going to be beef. Cue up your little sound quote there, Jacob. What is it called? We got what? We got what? We got what?
We got beef.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, Jacob, we're not done. I wish we were, but we're not.
No, we're not. But I got to be honest with you. We see some guys up here. Obviously, I mean, the man that's up here leading this thing, and Wesley, I've had a tendency of being or of giving somebody, the commentator's curse. But Tammy Hammond up there is sitting up there getting it right there. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all have one way or another. But Tammy Hammond up there started 15th. I would love to see Tammy Hammond make it all the way to Saturday. Ed Osborne, Jen and Janin. Say that one 3 times real fast. He's sitting up there in third. Matter of fact, 3 times real fast. He's in third, and that's where he started. Ironic enough. And then you got Ethan Eckert and Joshua Sust up here. Got a shot, started 23rd. He's all the way up to 5th. Kyler Wynn actually got shuffled out a while ago. He's back up here in 6th. Then you got McCullough, Elliott, another McCullough, Tyler Goodwin, and Tristan Bruce up here who had a shot in qualifier number 4, but he ended up losing his drafting help. He could have made it, but his drafting help was lost. He's having another shot right here.
14 shy of 900 subscribers. Everybody, if you're new to NASRA, to follow the road to the NASRA 500, please click on that subscribe button, that little bell. It ain't that hard. We greatly appreciate it. You'll be able to keep up with everything leading up to Saturday's event. Back to green. Hammond, Osborne, Eckert now, the new top 3. Behind them again, Wynn, Janin, and Elliott. These guys got to be patient as the sun sets, nightfall closes in. We go to the back straightaways. The lights are on, the glare of the cars to the back stretch.
And a lot of help up here on this outside lane. Ethan Eckert up there with Kyler Webb, Richard Elliott. All 3 of them's going to shoot right by Ed Osborne and Tim Hammond, who's leading on that inside lane. Now you got Eckert all by himself up there trying to hold on to it. Wynn just giving him the shove, giving him the boot coming off turn number 4.
To the stripe, down the low. It's Eckert and Wynn now. Top 5 single file. Here comes now the McCullough family. I want to let everybody know I was just told, I was just informed that your last chance spot is still eligible. You can just better advance your position if you do better to make it into the duels. So there's a mulligan there that I didn't realize, but there is there, Jacob, with now 17 to go.
Yeah, and Kyler Wynn's just trying to better himself right here. Currently up here inside the top 3, but now Timmy Hammond's trying to spoil that whole party. Ed Osborne trying to spoil that whole party as well. But Eckert holding on to the lead. Wynn right behind him. Elliott, then you got the 05 right behind him. That's Joshua McCullough trying to get it done. Inside lane, you got Tim Hammond. You got Ed Osborne. Janin right behind him, as well as Joshua Sust. Really evened out, but the only one that's really separated from all of them, double wide all the way back. But now Ethan Eckert leads off 2.
Yeah, just like one of our avid chat followers, Logan Detweiler, said, I love this place here in small town USA, Daytona, where all these local men trying to go as they work off the corner, the 12 to the lead, but I'm understanding we're under caution. Ethan Eckert will be slowed down as the yellow flag comes out again. Trying to find what happened, the 19 and the 14. Yeah, Christian Marcelli, I believe it is, or Macarelli, I'm sorry. Man. Keep an eye on Christian Macarelli, or Massarelli there. Yeah, Massarelli's off the pace, or was it the 14 and the 19, maybe? The 14 and the 19 might got a piece of it.
Yeah, I believe they did, actually.
Yeah, that's who it is, guys.
Yep.
Darren Bruce and Adam Newton. Maybe Massarelli got a part of it. Maybe Matthew Cummins also. Watch this on the back straightaways where it happened. Pulse Poppers instant replay.
Riding on board right here. Just saw right there with Darren Bruce, and kind of looked like everybody just kind of backs her down right here. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this has kind of got me just a little bit right here on why they threw the caution right here. I don't see anything from what we're seeing and everything else, and I don't know. All I know is we're just seeing yellow lights right here, so I guess they needed a break. I guess I'm not 100%.
Maybe Barney's tired himself. You know, maybe he fell asleep and tripped the light bar.
Maybe it is.
Oh well. Another caution. Halfway home, though, as we are still ready to settle the third and final qualifier on this Tuesday night. Back with more. Stay with us.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Well. Welcome back. And I see the numbers are dropping. We're still hanging in at close to 80. That's still really good. However, if you do have to depart and go to your places of abode, good night to you. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. And we'll do it again tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be able to take this one to the finish for you. Thanks again. I'm Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves, and want to thank the sponsors as well that make this event happen. Thank you, as always, to Battle Beaver Customs, Catch Fence Motorsports, Robert Products, Butt Kicker, Highline Racing, Marathon Movers, Battle Beaver Customs, Mard Mechanical, The Brickyard, Blanchard's Towing and Recovery. Thank you also to DSR Electric, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, DSR, thank you again to Cofield Supply and Service, Champions of Hope Foundation, Blanchard's Towing and Glass Mechanic, the sponsor of the NASRA 500. Thanks also to Community Radio Network for the session details and the post-race interviews. James Wagner's Welding, Rattled Cage Podcast, Florida Cabinet Distributors Starting Grid, West Texas Pepper Traders Last Lap. Then we need, thanks to, again, Serve Pro, Pulse Popper Replays, L&R Lawn Care, and most of all, you, the iRacing sim competitors, and most of all, the audience. Young and old, thank you all. We appreciate it. And we got a flyby. It's a little bit late there, Jacob, but the plane's coming in.
Yeah,
if people do not know, Daytona International Airport is adjacent to the back straightaway from the World Center of Racing.
Yeah, good possibility. There might have been a couple of them that had already locked themselves into Saturday. They probably hit that plane right there, and they head into the house, not having to worry about it. They'll come back Saturday. But here we go for a restart, Weston, coming at 12 to go.
Back again. If we could just stop crashing and get really good, getting good to the neighborhood, and I don't mean at your local Applebee's. Hell, I don't even think an Applebee's is in my town anymore. We could get to the finish of this one. 12 laps to go as they come back to green. Eckert, Wynn, Osborne. There's your new 3. Jan Jannon, Suss, Hammond, top 5 there as they work off 2.
Yeah, and honestly, it looked like everybody was content to just jump to the top and at least try to ride it out until Jan Jannon jumped down in front of Timmy Hammond, try to get this inside lane going. Front 4 or single file up here on the outside lane. You got Eckert. You got right behind him Kyler Wynn. You got Ed Osborne, Joshua Suss, and right behind him Joshua McCullough off turn 4.
Through the tribal. Down to the line. And Eckert right there. Look at him in front, holding on to that spot. Remember earlier, he got really fishtailed loose. He could have turned into the wall there, Jacob. But again, Eckert held his line. But look at Wynn. Wynn trying to get into the duels. He's right now in that second spot trying to go after Eckert for the lead of the back straightaway.
And you're riding on board with Kyler Wynn, and you got to be careful what he's doing. I mean, Kyler Wynn, one of the best at super speedway racing, but getting right up on that back bumper, watch him back off just a little bit. You get up too much and seal off that opening right there on the front of the car. It will seal off, and there's no air that can flow into that car, Wesley Outland. And when you do, that engine goes poof. We've already seen it twice here tonight. Kyler Wynn's got to manage those air temps on that top side.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got to break out a line. You got to find some clean air to get to the front of that grill, because if you don't, the engine temp will shoot up high, the water temperature as well, and you might have a little click, click, boom. In to go now, 20 in, final 25 miles for the night, for the qualifier, taking 3. Eckert leads them into 3.
Yeah, and you're talking about click, click, boom. Everybody wants to get up here and be one of the front 3 and be a superstar. At least to be able to make it to Saturday. Those are the superstars, to be able to make it to the duels and lock themselves in and not have to worry about nothing. And right now, Eckert, Kyler Wynn, Ed Osborne, they're the front 3. Joshua Suss sitting back there on the 4th spot. He's got Joshua McCullough to his inside. And right behind him, Christopher McCullough. Got the McCullough boys. They may try to hook up right here on this inside lane.
Under 10 remaining, the payout window's wide open. Time to get your chess pieces in order to declare checkmate on the rest of the field. And no, we are crashing again. Trouble in turn 2. Another multi-car crash. Wow. Broadfoot, Lumpkin, Azranoff, McClendon, all caught up in it. Yellow flag out with 7 laps to go, or 8 laps to go. Here's a look at a replay. They're trying to roll away from the accident, but what a tough break here, man. Another Surf Pro caution, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, and it was bound to happen, really. I mean, and it did. Or the old Red Aikens song, it was bound to happen, and one night it did. Well, it happened right here on a Tuesday night
Red
here at
Aiken,
Virtual
that's
Daytona.
Garth Brooks. That's Garth Brooks, by the way, just telling you,
Really?
Yeah, not Red Aiken.
Nat and Dixie. I thought it was.
Garth Brooks, Papa Love Mama. Papa Love Mama. So.
Well, yeah, there's that one too. Yeah, both songs. It probably referenced to both of them, but literally, it happened right there. And Justin Lumpkin right there at the 61. You see him. Ron Morris down there on the inside. They got 3 wide. It got chaotic right there. Just a little love tap sends Lumpkin up into the wall, and then just like super speedways, baby, everybody piles right in.
I mean this. No, Dean, find the 00. Find the 00. Yes! F Tennessee! I'm sorry, whoever crashed Tucker McClendon, but I despise the Tennessee Volunteers. And so does Jacob. We say that jokingly. Maybe we don't.
Well, I mean, we're not going to go there.
I mean, I feel bad that he crashed. I just don't like Tennessee, and a Tennessee car crash was, yeah, there it is again.
Wow.
Boy. Man, no, not the Marathon Movers, the Tennessee car, the 00. I'm being a jerk. I'm sorry. Tucker McClendon. I'm being a jerk. I'm sorry. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually trying to go over here and look up the lyrics to that, Wesley Outland. I'm trying to prove you wrong because I believe it was also in the Ray Aiken song, honestly. I believe it was.
No, Ray Aiken. I don't listen to today's country. I think today's country is an absolute joke. But It was bound to happen one night. It did was a famous lyric from Garth Brooks' Papa Love Mama.
I thought it was Red Akins. Apparently, that was the part where the sheriff searched all the pickup trucks. So I guess I got that one mixed up. So that's my fault, folks. Even a redneck announcer messes up at that one. I mean, we're going on 3 hours on a broadcast. So hey, I mean, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and everything else. So hey, you get mixed up sometimes.
Well, it was bound to happen one night. It did. Yeah, there we go. Joshua, hey, buddy. Joshua Suss. Look at these awesome graphics, right? I wouldn't want to talk to none of these people right now. Talk to the podium, get the hell off the air. Look at this with Suss.
Well, Suss, I mean, you talked about it.
Somebody, man. He's talking to somebody. There's got to be a communication on there.
Oh, I mean, and Joshua Suss, one driver we did need to talk about.
Tucker McClendon, who despises Tennessee more than anything in the SEC, my friend.
Oh, Lord. We're already getting beef out there in the live chat.
Tucker McClendon said, who's your team? It's Alabama. He knows who it is. It's Alabama.
Oh, Lord. But, back to Wesley, back to Joshua Suss. I mean, you think about Josh.
It's all good, Tucker. Please don't get offended, my friend. Don't get offended.
Josh has been in every single one of these qualifiers. He's went from the first one, the second one, the third one, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's been at all 3 of them here tonight. He has tried so many times, just like John Darnell III has. Some of these guys is literally going at, I mean, they're literally full send, putting it all in, literally, Wesley. And some of them probably have actually went ahead when they paid for their first one to get in the very first one, or for the very first qualifier, they probably just said, how much is it for all 12 of them just to cover me and just to make sure that I can make it? You were talking about how far it is or when's the time to stop, I guess. Some of these guys really want to be a part of the NASRA 500, the Great American Sim Race. A lot of them probably just said, you know what, I'll pay my entry fee and then I'll pay for all of them all the way up to the 12th one just to make sure that I've got a spot to be able to try to make it on Saturday.
Oh, my goodness. Tucker's like, did we make the playoffs? Jacob, yeah. Well,
wow. Okay, he might be
who
taking
got their
just a
butt
little bit too
stomped
far.
in the cold after trying to practice topless in Ohio, right? It's just, oh, boy. Eckert, Wynn, Osborne, the top 3. We'll try this again. I was trying to be nice. I'm not going to be mean, Tucker, but it was just a joke. We saw that car last night. I really didn't make a comment about it. All right, there's the weather conditions. A very nice day here, by the way. Oh, let's go again here, man. 5 laps to go. Jacob likes West Virginia.
No, I don't. No, I do not. I do not, Bobby. No, sir. I do not like West Virginia.
Tucker just said great broadcast for some Bammers. Just kidding. Y'all are killing it. Thank you, Tucker. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
We're not going to read that last one, though. We're not going to read that last one he put in there.
What did he say, Rocky Top?
No,
I froze my off watching us get our. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, back to green. Handful of laps to go here. Daytona. We ready to wrap it up just as much as y'all are ready to hit the off button. But we got to settle it.
You got to settle it one way or another. We'll see what happens. Ethan Eckert started 14th. He's all the way up here to the front. Kyler Wynn right behind him. Joshua Suss has entered the conversation to try to get a transfer and go to the duels on Saturday. Wynn all over the back bumper of Eckert. Now Suss right behind him. Right behind him, you got Christopher McCullough. Joshua McCullough way back here in the back. Tristan Bruce trying to get up here. 5th car in line on the outside lane, but look at it coming on the inside. Joshua Rodriguez in the 3 started 36th. He's up here trying to get it.
Dan Shannon is free falling. A lot of people in the chat box is cheering him on, but right now he is back to 14th spot with now 10 miles remaining, 4 to go here at the 2.5 mile Daytona. Eckert, Wynn, Suss, they're up for the top 3. Right there in tow, George's McCullough and Bruce right there as they work in 2. They're all on the outside.
Top 7 trying to see if they can separate themselves. Behind them, they are 2 wide, possibly even looking 3 wide. Ethan Eckert has the lead. Kyler Wynn Joshua Suss back there sitting in the third spot. Then you got Christopher McCulley, you got Tristan Bruce, Tyler Goodwin, and now how about this right here? Started on the pole. Freddie Bassinez, he had to take a EOL, go all the way to the back. He's up here trying to get him some and get him a transfer spot.
Look at the 3. There is Rodriguez. Just a burst of momentum down to the inside, carrying Bassinez and Osborne and Nagels up the hill as well. 3 laps to go. It's still Eckert in the lead. No one's jumping out of line. Now Bruce does on the inside out of 2.
Tristan Bruce down to the inside, going to try to get him a little shove from Tyler Goodwin. They're going to fill the hole on the outside lane. Tristan Bruce made his bet. He's going to hope that Tyler Goodwin doesn't blow it up this time. Bruce goes to 4th. Now he may end up having a shot for the transfer spot with Joshua Suss up top. Eckert still leads.
Here they come, all 4 to the line. Into the tri-oval. 5 miles remain, 2 laps to go, 3 spots up for grabs to Saturday's duels in the road to the Great American Sim Race. Some are crashing. Trouble up in turn number 1. They have wadded up the field again behind the top 10. Carey, Tribune, and others wrecked over there. And there he is, the man out of Costa Mesa, California. Carey, Tribune. Couple other cars also were able to get collected but rolled away. And here we go for another night. Overtime for a third time here, Jacob.
Well, Wesley, I think that was right there, honestly. I think that was innocent right there with Taylor Peacock and Carey Tribune. Carey kind of looks like he gets a run. Peacock looks like he actually wanted to try to slide back and try to help him out, but there you see chaos end up happening. Tribune ends up going around. I think Peacock, even though he ended up getting him, being Taylor Peacock, yeah, I think he ended up getting him in the left rear and ended up spinning him around. You see it right here once again on the instant replay. Tribune right here in the middle. Then you got Peacock down on the bottom side. And that's just innocence right there. That's just innocent contact right there, Wesley. Just trying to slide up, get in behind the number 71 Mission 1 Esports entry of Carey Tribune. Ends up sending him around. And unfortunate for Carey Tribune getting caught up and others getting involved again. As we go into overtime. Who'd have thunk it?
A couple of guys we know very well. One for Mission 1 Esports from Costa Mesa, California. Carey Tribune in the 71. And up front, Motorsports, Fowler, Indiana driver. Taylor Peacock caught up in it. Some others pulled away. Boy, who was that got that hard shot into the wall? Did you see that? Rewind that again, Dean. Dean, watch this right here. Who was that? Whoa. Behind Tribune, somebody else took a hard shot. Right here, Jacob, help me out here.
I'm looking right now to kind of see. It looked like it was actually one of the McCullough boys from what I thought it was. Actually, no, that was Dane Hagan in the 39.
Right here.
Actually gets sent around. Watch this.
Yeah, there it is right here. Watch this hard hit. Wow, Dan Hagan, our NASRA car, man. Watch this one more time. And this go on board with Dan Hagan. Oh, man. Going to overtime. Heading towards midnight. Take a listen to this.
My gosh.
That's Dan Hagan, our buddy out of Sarasota, Florida, the AJR Warrior Racing Esports entry. And we get the one to go indication. Jacob, we always say nobody gets seriously hurt. But you then tell me in response, no, you can get hurt running these esports things. Things could go wrong. You could possibly have bodily injury. Let us know as we get ready for a restart here. Going overtime again for the third time tonight.
Yeah, Wesley, believe it or not, it's actually happened to me once. It hasn't happened on a common occurrence or nothing, but, some of these, steering wheels and stuff like, with how the Thrustmaster wheels, Logitech's, all these wheels and everything else, with how much force feedback that these things has, companies that make those steering wheels and everything, they try to make them as realistic as possible and get you the full feel out of everything that you're getting. And when you take hard impacts like that or the wheel comes out of your hand, somebody gets you and you try to correct it, that wheel can, depending on what kind of wheel you got and how big it is, it can snap out of your hands. And there's a possibility, depending on how it is, your hand can get caught in that thing. It spins around real fast. It can come down, pop you in the wrist. If your finger gets caught in one of the holes or in one of the spots or whatever, it can jerk your finger around, break it, sprain it. I mean, you're not going to get any like neck injuries, back injuries, but you can really screw your hands up big time if you get caught up in some hard hits like that.
5 miles overtime, ready to settle it here. Overtime here at Daytona. We promise you, this is either wreckers or checkers, and this will wrap up the night. Forthcoming, our CRN post-race interviews as well. Coming to the line, oh, Sus. Hold on to it, and he did. Wiggle, diggle, giggle, bobble. Behind the top 4. They hold it together, we're in 2.
Top 3 trying to see if they can separate themselves. Ethan Eckert, Kyler Wynn, and now Joshua Suss up here. Front 3 trying to get away right behind them. You got Tyler Goodwin up here trying to get this outside lane rolling. He's got Josh Rodriguez right behind him. Timmy Hammond trying to get up here and get him some as well as they work their way off turn 4, coming to the white flag.
Here they come. West Texas Pepper Traders, 1 to go. Fighting for it. This is it. Whatever happens, happens. And Sus got into another car to the apron. They race on into turn 1. The race for the finish. This is it. They're going to race back to the checker. It's Eckert in the lead for the final time. Win. Here comes Rodriguez with a push by Alabama's Cofield. Back straight away.
Cofield's got a shot. Come from the back. Got caught up in an earlier accident. And literally 2-car tandem right here. Josh Rodriguez trying to hold on to that final transfer spot. Kyler Wynn put it in high gear, shoves Eckert on the outside. Rodriguez still has the transfer spot off 4.
Here they come, side by side. Now they break out of line. They might go 3 wide. Eckert still trying to hold on to the spot, but Wynn battles back at the line from the tower shot. Damn, I can't tell from the camera angle. Kyler Wynn gets it. Kyler Wynn has beat Ethan Eckert. Kyler Wynn has done it. Can we see that race not showing the tower? Kyler Wynn has beat Ethan Eckert. Oh, Canada, AQ, the violin. And again, some of these drivers are either going to have to go to another qualifier or hope that they... Look at this finish. Final time. Watch this one more time. Look at Wynn breaking out of line in front of Rodriguez, in front of Cofield. And he got it that close. Look at that. 2 1,000ths of a second. That's the reason why I wanted another camera angle to show the finish of this, Jacob, because it was that close.
That was close right there. That is how you end up finishing the night off here on a Tuesday night here for the qualifiers. I mean, door banging between both of them coming to the line, and they were door banging behind them for the transfer spot with Cofield and Rodriguez. But Kyler Wynn by 2 1,000ths of a second over Ethan Eckert, which is kind of ironic because if you think back to last year, that is how close the finish was last year when he won the big one. So Kyler Wynn ends up pulling it off. He's going to Saturday. He's going to the duels.
Factory setups number 82. He wanted to win a qualifier. He has done it here now in the final qualifier of the night. Again, presented by the fine folks of Marathon Movers. And he was moving by 2 1,000ths. Look at the finish now. It updates for timing and scoring from 2 to 3 tenths, and it is a 0.005 at the line between Wynn and Eckert to close out night 2 for the qualifiers at Daytona. Joshua Rodriguez in car 3 in position 3. They're in. We'll grab a minute with them here for the CRN post-race interviews. Next, Cofield, Bassadez, Goodwin, Bruce, Osborne, McCullough, Hammond, Evie, McCullough, Astronaut, Nichols. If you want to buy back, you can. If you don't, then you go to a last chance qualifier on Friday night, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. There you see right there, Brandon Broadfoot in the 15th spot. Right behind him, Bo Tiffany finishes in the 16th spot with Christian McCreel will finish in 17th, started 40th. Good drive for him, but still ends up finishing in the 17th spot. James Wagner will finish in the 18th spot. Rod Hunter finishes 19th, and Darren Bruce will get 20th. Ron Morris Jr. gets 21st, Kerry Tribune 22nd. Dan Jennett started third. He's going to finish 23rd. He'll have to try again. And John Darnell has tried every single time. He's going to have to try again tomorrow night, finishing 24th. Stephen Trombley's going to get 25th with Jimmy Walker 26th. Mark Vondale will get 27th. Josh Suss will get 28th. Richard Elliott 29th. And Shane Trotter rounds out the top 30.
Thomas, Peacock, Adams, Newton, Thies, Hagan, Cummings, Foster. Right there, the top 38. The rest of the finishing order we'll find Lumpkin, McClendon, Chew, Gagliano, Nelms, Richards. That's the way they finish him off. Richards, LaBeouf, Knott, Mata, and Rogers were in race control. All right, coming up, let's grab now the top 3. We can close it out tonight. I know a lot of people are exhausted. I know I am. I know you are too, Jacob. I know our audience. Thank you for sticking with us. And Kyler Wynn has finally won himself a qualifier. It was the Marathon Movers qualifier, race number 6, but the man of the number 82 has got it done. We spoke to him saying he might have made it in by the qualifier, the last chance races, but I don't think he wanted to do that. He wanted to secure a Saturday spot from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, our friend of the north in the Factory East Setups Blue Team. Kyler, congratulations, man. You can rest up in Canada for the rest of the week knowing you don't have to come back till Saturday morning. How are you feeling right now? Because you didn't give up. Well, how many times did you rerun this thing?
This is my 3rd heat.
About to say, yeah. Was it fun though?
Oh yeah, these things are a blast. I love these cars. I feel really comfortable running these cars at the track. Committed to Ethan Eckert's bumper there for the last 2 laps until, pulled out and had a shot to win, and I'm not going to pass that opportunity up.
And, Kyler, awesome move right there. 5 1,000ths of a second from what we're seeing right there. Kind of shades, if you think about it, shades of what happened last year when you won the big one. Do you kind of expect to see kind of that right there, finish possibly for the duels with guys trying to obviously you want to make the top 20, but even in the duels to be able to have a good starting spot for the 500, do you expect that kind of finish that we may see in the duels come Saturday?
Oh yeah. The duels are probably going to be more chaotic. We had 5 cars there and up in the front lead pack because they all wrecked. But this car is so unpredictable. You never know what happens. Like that. There was 5 of us. I was committed to Ethan's bumper. We side drafted the 2 on the bottom perfectly during 3, and it basically Alpha 4 is just me and Ethan. So, honestly, you can't tell what's going to happen in the duels. A lot of good drivers in the duels makes it harder, makes it more chaotic. I think with the stronger the field is, it'll be hard. But I have some teammates around. I have some friends, so that definitely helps in this car, especially. So I'm looking forward to it.
But Kyler, was that the mindset though? Was to literally, not give up. I want to be in the duels on Saturday. I'm gonna try all I can to get through these qualifiers, and if I don't, I'm gonna reset, try it again. Because if I remember correct, you tried twice tonight. And I think you ran last night too, right?
Yeah, this was my 3rd race. I was locked into the LCQ in my first race, but I'm not quite satisfied with that. Obviously, I'm going to come back and try and get into the duels, and we did so.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, man, please thank your sponsors.
Yeah, just factory setups on the car. And I shout out to Ethan Eckert there. Big help.
There you go. The man out of Canada. Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, to be exact. The blue team, Kyler Wynn, is in winning, of course, when it's all said and done. Qualifier race number 6, presented by, of course, Marathon Movers. Let's go down to the runner-up of the race, and it's always good catching up with the Nightmare, Ethan Eckert. Ethan, I think I talked to you last night, didn't we? Your finish is it second? No, another Nightmare sponsor team then? Ethan.
Yeah, it's probably another Nightmare guy.
Yeah, Ethan, you'll finish in second, man. You're taking tonight. It was a pretty wild one. Are you going to try to go for another qualifier? Or are you happy with being locked in the duel?
I mean, it's not really going to benefit me at all. So I might actually run another one, get another $30 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Transfer back into the duel again. But I mean, really, it's not worth the risk to me to do that. I mean, I got second. I'm in the duel now. I mean, it's kind of pointless to run another one.
And Ethan, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, Kyler win, both of y'all trying to race it out for the win and everything. But I mean, what more could you have done? I mean, because, you know, I mean, just honestly, what more could you have done to be able to try to win and try to beat Kyler win right there?
Oh, I could have speed matched him a lot earlier, but I mean, he was helping me out. I mean, I just wanted to make sure neither of us wrecked. Really, I didn't want to do something stupid and get DQ'd or whatever. So I was content with finishing where I'd transfer.
Well, you know, Ethan, if you don't mind, please thank your sponsors. And what do you think we're going to see Saturday in the duel?
Saturday in the duel, I mean, Kyler said it pretty good. It's going to be unpredictable with the drivers that are in there. There's a lot of good drivers in it. I mean, it's going to be fun. That's what I do now. It will be fun. So, sponsors, big shout out to you guys for putting this on and broadcasting it. Shout out to Nightmare, Cody Nagels, Freddie Bassinez were working with me in this race. Shout out to Kyler Wynn for helping me out pretty much the entire race. I mean, we were the ones that knew what we were doing up there and ran away with it.
Driver out of the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, the Team PBG entry, the Nightmare team. Of course, that is Ethan Eckert. Ethan, thanks for your time, buddy. Let's grab down the third place man, and it is up 33 spots at the checkered flag to transfer in. Let's talk now to Josh Rodriguez. Josh, I know we've just been getting to know you a little bit of the NASRA World Leagues the last couple of weeks from Torrington, Connecticut. But hey, the Blasius North Warrior Racing Esports entry is in the NASRA 500 duels. Congratulations, man. How's it feel to be on the podium?
Oh, man, dude, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped right now. I was trying to drive through that snarling pack haul race and glad to actually survive. And very, very grateful for my teammates to help me through this. This was a great night.
And, you know, Josh, you know, you talked about it, or that's your teammates and everything. I was talking to Jonathan Cofield just a second ago, come home fourth. And, you know, he was saying that both y'all was in the same chat because y'all were talking, which is kind of ironic. I mean, what's that like, racing against somebody that's in the same chat, trying to go for the final transfer spot for this qualifier to be able to lock yourself in for Saturday? I mean, there had to be some emotions right there between both of y'all right there coming off turn 4.
Oh, there was a lot of emotion. We were gonna race each other as hard as possible, and we were trying to get to make sure he can get in too. But by that point, we were too much stalled out, and we just raced it to the finish because I did not want to wreck myself or him in the process. Because I respect him. He's a fun driver to race with, very competitive, and I want to keep racing him like that.
I think I've asked this question to some of our other NASRA brethren that we've known over the seasons past. Josh, how different is it racing the competition you're used to in the league and then this totally different caliber? What sums it up to it, do you think?
Oh, man. It's like a 1 out of 200 shot of trying to actually make it into this race. So this has been the first one I was in was very frustrating. I beat myself up a lot because I could not be able to drive through the pack with this car. I had to do a lot of studying. I had to do a lot of mental work to actually push myself to do this again, and I'm really glad for it.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, thank your sponsors, man. We'll see you Saturday morning.
Yes. Thank you, Blasius North, for taking me in, and also Warrior Racing for giving me this opportunity.
There you go. Josh Rodriguez, he'll finish in third. By the way, that wraps up our CRN post-race interviews coverage tomorrow of Cleveland Rams versus Clayton Comets. Basketball begins at 5:45 Eastern Time, just like I did today with coverage on CRN of the Southeast Raleigh teams. Cleveland, Clayton tomorrow, and then 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Yours truly, Jacob Reeves. We're back again as we have inked a deal to become the broadcast radio for the continuation of the NASRA 500 Speed Week. Well, Jacob, done before midnight. Before midnight. Another late night, but it was a good night, though, man. You're taking the duels. They're going to be wild, I think, Saturday. But these qualifying races, to have to lock yourself in, I think the nice word that I'm going to say to sum it up is lyrics from a song. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. We're seeing some people do that, like Kyler win. We're seeing other people say, nope, I'm content. I'm in the last chance qualifier. It is what it is. But you heard what Rodriguez just said, and we're just starting to get acquainted with him in the world of NASRA on some of the league events. And the bottom line is this, and it is this. These are the best of iRacing, that, or they think they are, trying to be a part of something that has never been done before from the NASRA organization, and we're just enjoying the ride. And it's not done. 2 down, 4 days to go, my friend. You're taking this evening.
I'm telling you what, I mean, this was a very, very interesting evening. I mean, really, it was a long one. Obviously, it took a toll on everybody. Honestly, I think it took a toll on the drivers, took a toll on us, took a toll on racing control and everything else. But I will say this, the night finished off with a bang. I mean, 5/1000ths of a second photo finish at the line.
Can we see it again?
Going to be able to get it.
Can we see it again, Dean?
Yeah.
Look at this, one more time.
I mean, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, awesome stuff.
We've already been up this long. Let's just give it one more time. Jacob, set it up for us, our driver analyst and a driver yourself. What did he do right here? What did Wynn do right?
Waited until the right moment, literally. I mean, he was able, literally, he's got Rodriguez to his inside, so he's got to make sure that he gets clear of Rodriguez and not come down and clean him out. And then once he gets clear, gets right there on that left rear and then side drafted as hard as he can, even door banging right there at the line. Get to that left rear, pull that car back on the outside of Eckert, pull him back, and maybe throw a little bit of door in there. I mean, that's just old-fashioned racing right there, door banging coming to the line.
Jacob, somebody in the chat box said Wesley is losing it. Thank you, Kevin McAdams. I wasn't losing it as getting mad. I was losing it as who the hell won the race? Because from the camera angle that we had, you're just looking at the suites and the beautiful World Center of Racing towers and race control, and I'm just like, what happened? What happened? So that was where we were. And then when we finally were witness to what the outcome was, Jacob, definitely, like you said, when it was all said and done for the last 3 hours, we definitely got our money's worth here.
Yeah, we definitely got our money's worth. And, and there's a possibility that we may see the same thing tomorrow night and Thursday night, maybe even in the LCQs, and who knows? We may see it in the duels, and what it would be for the NASRA 500, the first time here for NASRA for the Great American Sim Race presented by the Glass Mechanic to come out with a photo finish for the NASRA 500. Good possibility. It can happen, Wesley. Good possibility. It could happen.
We've seen it before. We've seen it before. For more details on NASRA or how you can still sign up, by the way. We are at 200. You can still sign up. North American Sim Racing Association.com. And, of course, click on that QR code. It'll take you to the Discord. Get signed in. You still have tomorrow and Thursday to try to get into the last chance race or the duels on Saturday. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to all of those sponsors. I'm so exhausted. I don't even want to go through them again. I think I did earlier. Thank you to all of them. Most importantly, we do want to thank the sponsors for tonight's qualifiers. Butt Kicker, Highline Racing, and most importantly also Marathon Movers. They were the 3 big sponsors for making these qualifying races happen. More details, NASRA again, NASRA social media. Thank you again as always to Cody, Brady LaBeouf behind the scenes on the production, on race direction, and of course on organization. For producer, director, Biggles, Dean Hopton, Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer, this is Wesley Outland. Yes, I'm exhausted. I know you are as well. Get some good night's sleep. It's midnight on the East Coast. In about 20 hours from now, we'll do it again for night 3 in the continued road to the Great American Sim Race, the NASRA 500. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Or tonight.